episode of Alterra, headquarters of the mad capitalist. I'm your host and games master for the evening, James Robertson. Joining me this evening, going the distance, Ben playing Pizzazz the Gnome Wizard. Almost there. That was something.
Well, the Tasmanian devil.
Where did that come from? That threw me off my rhythm. What the heck? Let's go with take two, Bob.
Let's do round 2 of live.
Yeah. Almost there. Bob plays as Lanwar the Firbolg Druid.
What? Where'd the rest of me then?
I'm on my way. Neil is Dion the Half-Orc Ranger.
Hey.
2 worlds, 1 family. Yes, it's TR playing as Glack the Kobold Cleric.
I'm here. That's all I've got. I'm here. Hello.
Okay then. Very defeatist. And be prepared. Our special guest star for the final arc, Wolfie Bane, plays as Leon.
Hi there. Also,
Previously, a nice callback. It's all Disney song titles for the intros this time. Previously, the party fought off the illithid scientists who'd kept them prisoner, experimented on them, and tortured them for the past 100 years, as far as they were aware. With Pizzazz utilising his new Junkrat gifted powers to halt time for a few moments, giving the party a chance. They fought through 12 of the purple squid-like people and confronted the head scientist, who stopped time himself to better utilise his surroundings and eventually, hopefully, feast on Pizzazz's brain, having, used as much of them as he could in the past year, or however long it's been. But before he could, the party, plus a newly found and pissed off half-orc, their lost friend Leon, who had apparently been imprisoned in a different ooze simulation, which is why they couldn't find him, banded together to bring him down, non-lethally, it had to be said, so that he could be questioned. And that's where we pick up today, with all of you standing around in this pod room. The second one you've had to fight through, actually. All the red X's still on the map there are all the folk you have fought your way through.
Oh, and the undead.
The undead?
Yeah, someone's pet. I can't remember who summoned it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's my undead spirit.
Undead. Yeah. That's the undead spirit. Yes, so we pick up there, all of you standing, well, in the ruins of... Well, it's quite gory, actually, as you brought down the head scientist, all the other people, a couple of whom you vaguely, the more intelligent, the more perceptive of you, vaguely recognized as fellow adventurers. You swear that one of them might have been at one point Kremlin the Weasel from the Fine Fellows of Daggerford, who'd been kidnapped again somehow. Yeah, so you looked around as you entered, and as the head scientist was destroyed or knocked unconscious, a psionic blast sort of emitted, and all of their heads exploded. The tadpoles that were clearly nestling inside them, having taken some effect.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure Leon realises in a room.
But yes, you have found your friend Leon.
Oh.
Hey guys!
It's been a
Good to
while.
see you again.
Yeah. Nice
How did you like the ooze?
Looking at the blood everywhere. Better now I'm not in it.
Don't know about you guys, I am knackered.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm also
It's been a
bleeding.
little rough.
A lot.
Oh. Is everyone needing a bit of a pick-me-up?
Yeah, so I will say
yes.
as well, before you consider either spending a rest or healing, you did pick off one of the scientists in the first room who was trying to escape, but who was completely just mauled. You did pick up a small sort of electronic-looking device, a sort of flat metallic sort of piece of glass almost with the illithid For those of you who can still, so that's everyone except for Lanwar, all the 4 of you who are left, who can still read the Mind Flayer script as a number 2. They're number 2. There was also an exit door in this room. The door back to whence you came, back through like a sort of almost sewer type area or something of that nature, certainly some sort of waterway. And then back to your pod room, there was a double door leading south. But all very sort of space tech. For those at home, it's like very Star Trek sort of inspired sliding doors. You hold the key card against a flat pad. That's how you gained access to each room. You did pick up one of those, a level 2 key card. So I think either Pizzazz or Glack had that.
Glack does.
And you did also as well manage to, luckily, perhaps, or unluckily, who knows, who else might have come, but it seemed that only the creatures in this room came flooding towards where you were attacking. There wasn't like there are no alarms, there are no red alerts going up around the base. You seem, for now, to be undiscovered, though if you leave all those bodies just lying in the hallways and grouped around this room here, you don't know for how long. You don't know who can get through these doors and
We
what might
incinerate
happen.
them then.
But yeah, that's what you know.
Calamari, anyone?
Right. Before anything, does anyone have any telepathic abilities?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
What do you mean?
Because
Telepathic?
That looked very suspicious there.
As you think these words and sort of look around, you can vaguely hear. Pizzazz, you're really very intelligent. So roll me an intelligence check.
Don't we have these head?
Well, my goodness. So for the briefest of seconds, you swear you can see surrounding Leon, Dion. That's not going to get confusing at all.
The 2 half-orcs, Leon and Dia.
The 2 fucking half-orc fighting people. Leon, Dion, and Glack. A strange sort of shimmering of like not quite a mist, but almost like a heat haze, as far as you can register it. Just around their heads as you look around at them. Lanwar doesn't seem to have it, but then you blink and it's gone. You don't know what that could be. With an 8. God's sake.
yeah, that was a low roll.
It really was.
It was a 2.
So you rolled
Yeah.
a 2, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'd rolled like Arcana, that's a plus 18.
Mm.
I mean,
Religion
Right,
plus 18. Nature plus 18. Investigation
It was,
plus 18.
Black
History
modifier.
but it
plus
was,
18.
but it was just looking around and being intelligent, making an educated guess at things. But yes, you don't seem to have raised any alarms. You don't really hear much. Many of the doors are certainly muffling the sound. So out here in the corridor, it was quite loud. There was quite a lot of rushing water, or well, not rushing water. It was like a stream of silvery sort of arcanite with flecks of various other colored arcanite crystals in it, if you'll remember rightly. And some sort of mechanical whirring of a turbine way off in the distance. That's what you could hear when you're out there. But while you're in this room, it seems muffled slightly. It's almost as if magic and technology has meant that the people that working in these chambers needed to, not be distracted constantly, because almost like they were doing brain surgery often.
Pizzazz is going to pull a rope out of his bag, hand it over to Dion, and say to tie up the chief flyer. Chief scientist.
All right.
Squid.
Yeah.
I mean, the only telepathic thing I remember us having is these things your
The
sister
headsets, yeah.
made.
Yeah. Didn't you have a spare one? Or a spare couple?
Oh, yes. I don't think you've not had one for a while, Leon.
Leon is actually wearing one. Just like he was in the dream, he's wearing his. I believe it was gold, sort of painted. It was blinged out. Yeah, Leon is wearing one.
Oh, yes.
Because if we put one on the chief scientist, and I cast hold person on them, because that paralyzes them, that means he wouldn't be able to talk normally, but we could still question him through telepathy.
Here you go. I think one of the spares.
I'm imagining it like an earpiece.
It
like
is.
that.
It's you know the I can never remember what they're called. From Deep Space Nine, Valorian or something like that.
Bajorans.
Bajorans. That's
Oh,
it.
I think
I always imagine it like their like earring things.
Good knowledge, TR. Way to go.
I was thinking it's more like a 80s Bluetooth, a big, chunky.
Yeah, and I'll remind
That's,
you all that those of you who took, I believe it was Pact of the Tome, have like an addition to the earpieces now, a sort of almost like a heads-up display. So Pizzazz and Dion, I believe, had that.
The power level meter.
Yeah, like the little red lens that flicks over your eye.
Yeah. Did you sort out your warlock levels, Bob, during the week?
Yep, I sorted it just before I started the day.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I did have to change my stat on charisma up by 1 just to.
You don't need to do that. If you just go to the spell list, you can just amend the like the DC and 2-hit mod.
Yeah, you can cast with your wisdom.
All right. Well, the charisma's only up by 1, then I just. So
it's fine.
It was the only way I could see to get it to work.
Yeah, it's still at the odd number, so it's fine.
It was the multi-classing thing, I'm assuming.
Yeah. No, that's totally fine.
All right, yeah.
It doesn't make any practical difference.
So Dion, you were gonna tie up this guy. Roll me a dexterity check using proficiency if you're proficient in survival, or rope tying, or anything. Actually, you're a hunter. You would, I
have expertise in survival.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should have it with your.
Never mind proficiency.
Because you're an excellent hunter and tracker and bowsman. So there you go. So it's a dexterity check plus double your proficiency, which at level 20 is plus 6, I believe. So a dexterity check plus 12.
Yeah.
I'll tie this son of a bitch.
Yeah. So just roll a dex check, and we'll add 12 to it after the fact.
Basically,
Oh, a 26. A 26 for
27.
Wait,
all right.
No, you rolled a dex save.
Check.
Yeah, so
I was gonna say, how have you got plus 11?
Well,
yeah, so.
Well, the thing is, its dex save is with his proficiency, so you add 6 to it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's actually fine. So 32 is the DC for the Mind Flayer to break out of these ropes. And as the rest of you look down at Dion's handiwork, you're initially impressed, and then Pizzazz and Lanwar especially, you notice the slight subtle change of, usual purple to slightly darker purple of this guy's skin, and you're like, should we be worried? Nah, he's a Mind Flayer who experimented on us for years. He'll be fine. But he is unconscious. He is stable.
So I am then going to cast hold person on him.
In case he breaks out, can I get a healing, please?
Yeah, is that a wisdom save? You can absolutely as well.
Yeah, that's a wisdom save, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing everyone's within 30 feet now, so.
Wisdom save.
Yeah, Dion should be over here. Just type.
Yeah, I'm just moving.
Crap. Why didn't I? Stat blocks. I have them all written down here. But having the tabs open is much easier, isn't it? Wisdom save. Okay, here we go. 20 advanced
22
roll.
healing. 22 healing for everyone.
Cool, thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, so his wisdom save ain't that great. So,
No, so
that was
he is now
Elf.
paralyzed.
Was paralyzed. Hold monster.
Hold person.
The whole person.
Does that just do humanoids?
It does, yes.
He is an aberration.
Do I still have dominate monster then? Yes, I do.
If you have hold monster, I'll let you.
I've not
Just
got
say
hold
that you
monster,
cast
but
it.
it's a dominate monster. It's a lower wisdom because it's coming from my Necronomicon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a wisdom 18, but you would still fail that anyway.
Yeah, he fails. So you essentially, while this creature's unconscious and tied up, like pretty much how you would expect a wild animal to be tied up, ready for skinning or gutting or roasting over a fire. Dion's clearly done this innumerable times. In fact, you've seen his dreams. It's
Couple of
horrifying.
times.
It's horrifying, really, to watch. Like
Then Pizzazz is going to ask Leon to pump 1 HP into the scientist.
Oh, wait. No, I'll do this.
Well, because I was going to say, because
That don't work,
Leon
it's
is a
fine.
paladin, he can literally do lay on hands and just do
Yeah, I can
one.
actually do one. And false life, I believe, is temporary hit points. Don't think it works.
Yeah.
Eh,
So temporary hit points doesn't bring you back from unconsciousness.
yeah.
fair enough.
I'm gonna boop him for 1 lay on hands.
And
Perfect.
I'll boot Leon with that then. Oh, oh,
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm almost
enough.
half health now.
So, Pizzazz, roll me another intelligence check as you watch Leon imbue this creature with 1 hit point.
This is better. Yeah, that's better.
That's much better. So, as you watch, you can see the faint sort of heat haze above the Illithid's head, while Leon gives him 1 hit point, and you glance around really quickly, just not entirely certain. You see that same heat haze above Leon, and above Glack, and above Dion as well.
does he see it? Does he see it in the thing that I'm holding in my hand?
No, because it's dead.
Oh.
You do not see it around Lanwar.
Okay.
Just so you're aware. And coming to consciousness, the Mind Flare immediately is going to try and break out, obviously.
It's paralyzed.
Yeah. Oh, so it is. Yeah, it is paralyzed.
So
And
try with all
B-
its might.
Yeah, it cannot actually get out. And it looks around at all of you. Traitors all.
Oh, you figured out you have telepathy then.
We all have telepathy.
Yes,
so-
but this is our own little
Yeah.
communication.
No. Aside from you, you have removed yours. I can sense it.
Oh, you mean this?
The hell is that?
Oh,
I was going to say, can you still understand him because you don't have deep speech anymore?
Oh no, yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't understand him actually, Lanwar. That's the
Vale.
point.
fair enough.
Because he would absolutely be telepathizing in. That's a
speech.
word. Deep speech. Yeah.
Deep speech.
Telepathically communicating.
Yeah. I like telepathizing. There you go. Empathizing.
This is your
telepathizing.
total all over again, James.
I just hear.
Yeah, it is.
keep on hearing.
Yeah.
Can't it speak common, or
You-
at least?
Yeah. So Lanwar, you feel a weird sort of. It's almost like best way I can describe it is if you were trying to read something in like ancient Greek. It's all just weird letters to you, weird with a Y. Yeah, it's like trying to understand.
A doctor's line.
No,
Doctor's
the
handwriting.
H.P. Lovecraft volumes. Really,
Yep.
It's all apostrophes and squiggles to you,
That's the
like that just appear in midair.
Letters
And
that
you're like,
shouldn't be
huh?
in.
Yeah. which
Why
you know
is-
might not be a bad thing that you're not understanding this creature.
I keep on
So-
saying in different languages into the headset, trying to see if he speaks any other language.
Oh, he does. He's just. I mean, you've knocked him unconscious. He's not playing ball with you.
So, firstly,
I
why have you been doing this?
I toss the dead thing beside him and walk off. And I start.
What's that?
I'm just gonna start looking around the room to see if things.
Yeah.
Plus these.
That's fine.
Secondly, how do we get those out of our heads?
Oh, you can't. And well, let me answer those in order. Firstly, why not? For, well, aside for fun, but also to experiment, to push the boundaries. You surely understand this, addressing you, Pizzazz. You surely understand. Scientific breakthroughs and experimentation can only be achieved through trials, through testing, through tribulation.
Yes,
You
but
completely understand.
all my experiments are on the dead.
The dead.
Most people willingly volunteer for such experiments.
If he could wave a hand and sort of wave that off, he would, but he can't. Yes. Volunteers, but volunteers are often thin on the ground for more illicit experiments. We gave you a choice, and you acquiesced.
Yeah,
You
that's the
were
thing
light on
about
the
consent.
details.
It can be withdrawn.
He grumbles at this.
I look.
Your
back
choices were death, or help us, and you helped us.
Friend, going. Please take off that headset off him.
You okay?
No, I just think if he's going to ignore me, I might as well ignore him too. And I don't want him listening to our conversations.
Fair enough. Pizzazz
Only-
will reach over and pull the thing off his head.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He can't.
Yeah,
Being
he
paralyzed,
can't.
he doesn't resist.
Lanwar, only you hear in your head. They all screamed, you know. All the creatures, all the clones that you created in your forest, they all screamed as they were beset upon by the shadows. We watched with glee, and we noted our experiments. Would you like to hear the language of the bears when they're all torn asunder? None of the rest of you hear or see any change in his facial expressions. Just Lanmore, you hear this. Your green dragon fought valiantly, but he too was implanted. He is one of us now. All of your goblin fodder, they belong to us. Everything on that layer belongs to us now.
All your bears are belong to us.
Your pet.
Shit.
Wrong.
You immediately castled it. Well, okay.
He's unconscious.
All right. Well, wisdom save. Well, he might succeed. The rest of you just watch as Lanwar. You hear a Dolores bell clang out in midair, and the Mind Flare just closes its eyes, and then blinks away. Just this evil chuckling laugh in your head, Lanwar. So you do care for them. That is good. Know that they suffered greatly. Yeah, so that was an action to cast. The rest of you see Lanwar just turning towards this creature and beginning to cast spells at it while it just lies there.
I'm not gonna
Lamb,
alright
whatever
there,
it's
Lamb?
saying to you, ignore it.
Are we just going to kill it now? Because I could just punch it in his face again.
Yeah. Leon
Smash
raises
its
his
ugly little lying face.
Once we have the information that we need, you can do whatever you want to it.
So then there is no reason for me to tell the truth. If you're going to kill me anyway, I will become one with the Scion network.
Does
It
anyone
is
have
fine.
his own
Think
truth?
about killing you. We could just torture you.
I doubt you could.
On a bet?
Oh,
Carefully placed pointed objects.
Has anyone got any salt?
I'm
No, not that.
Black.
Anything but the salt. God. No. As you say, wanna bet, Leon, he looks round at you, and you hear, so finally you speak up.
Speaking the whole time, dude.
I will not grace you with any more knowledge. I will speak only to the wizard. Only you understand. Only you understand. And it's coming across now, not desperate, but he knows he's outnumbered. He's paralyzed and he's tied up, and he physically cannot break the paralysis, unless actually
Because it's dominate monster.
Yeah, so you can use your action to control the finer points. So essentially, you're concentrating this entire time, right?
Yeah.
On making sure he does not move in the slightest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will speak only to the one who understands. And he looks at Pizzazz. I will speak only to you. The rest must wait outside.
Pizzazz says, okay, and...
These are my terms. You can kill me or accept them.
Okay. And through the headpieces, he says, I'll open all the channels.
Mhm.
So
He grins. You see him for the first time, his facial expression shift into a grin.
Mhm.
How the hell does he grin with the tentacles?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do elephants
Squid-
have teeth?
Or spread
They
apart.
do. They have
They
like
have a beak.
they have like a beaked maw covered
Yeah.
in tentacles. You can vaguely make out an imperceptible shifting of the tentacles at the side of its face, moving upwards slightly. There you go. Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It smiles.
Do elephants have mouths?
They do.
Pizzazz, can you get him to open his mouth, please?
Pizzazz will snap his fingers and make him open his mouth.
He cannot resist.
Push into his mouth an immovable rod and click it.
Oh,
Just for a bit of safety.
Damn.
damn. Okay. It's getting darker. Okay, that's interesting.
We haven't started that yet. We haven't started again.
Hmm.
Just to make sure he can't move regardless of what happens without doing some serious harm to himself.
So are you putting it in sideways or like front to back or what?
Shoving it down his throat.
Yeah,
Hey,
look
now.
like a hot dog, just straight down.
And as he pushes it down with his finger, he clicks the button.
Just gonna roll. His gag reflex is okay. Never thought I would have to roll for the gag reflex of a mind flare, but that audience, the
Time for
GMs, you understand me, don't you?
Yep. Yep.
You understand chaotic neutral parties.
Yep.
The rest of you will wait outside. I will speak only to the wizard now.
What's he saying?
He's saying we should all wait outside, so
As the whip is just lashing at the side of him.
Yeah, you're just cracking the whip. It's just whacking off the bit harmlessly because it's what 30 feet? Oh, 60 feet.
60
Okay.
feet.
Yeah, you can hit him if you want.
Oh, it's whacking
You
everyone
can't
off, right?
shield.
Okay.
he,
Someone's
he
So are
cracks
you all
the whip next to him?
Yeah.
Like
perfect? There's like a sting in the air, and he might be flinching in his mind. You can't tell because he's paralyzed in place.
mind flinch.
Mind quad. Are you all waiting outside while Pizzazz?
Yeah,
question?
I want Lan to come with me so we can
Or-
search these other mind flayers for some more stone tablets.
Excellent,
Ooh,
excellent.
cool.
Come on, Lan.
Perfect.
I'm gonna
I look-
hoist this one over my shoulder just because this one might have one as well.
I leave.
Perfect.
As I'm leaving, I want my little Junkrat thing to stay in the room.
Tiny dragon.
Little dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair actually.
because he's not gonna know that's there.
Yeah. I'll roll a quick stealth check for it. Oh yeah, no, it's
Hell
it's
yeah.
it's a stealthy boy. it's hiding behind. Actually, the mind flayer is behind that tube there, so it can actually be right behind that cube there, and it doesn't have a mind per se to be.
I whispered the instructions to it as I left to bite its throat out if it does anything.
You guys,
Yeah,
you guys,
He's threatened a lot of my stuff, and so he's.
you hear a chaotic sort of Junkrat giggle at that. But Pizzazz, you're left alone with and completely alone now, aside from the disfigured corpses of the creatures that were in the Scion pods here. Nearly a dozen of them, in fact, died, head exploded when the psychic scream emitted from the chief scientist. What do you want to ask this creature? What do you want to talk about? As its eyes look and bore pretty much directly into yours.
Okay. So, firstly, it would be. Well, he's already answered why. He said that we can't get the worms out. Pizzazz would point out that he's already seen that Lan has. Now he will tell us how to get the rest of them out.
Once we implant the worms, they cannot be removed. The fact that your friend managed it is quite interesting. I would love very much to take notes on him. Surrender him to me and I will let the rest of you leave.
You're not in a position of power here.
But still worth a try though, right?
Don't laugh, that's creepy. Anyway. Right.
I know your friends are listening.
You're smarter than I gave you credit for.
While the worms are in your head, they communicate to us. Everyone, every other illithid in the room, every other creature in the room knows you're there.
There are no other illithids left.
Well, not now. Not in this room, but they surround you. This is not just a simple operation. You will not get beyond the walls of our base. It is hopeless to resist. But if you, as a scientist, surrender your companions, we could learn so much from them. And you
refer to me as
will
a
be allowed to
scientist.
live. Indeed.
I don't see myself as a scientist. The scientist in the family is my sister. You would probably have been better to grab her.
How do you know we didn't?
Because if you did, there would be hell would have no. There would be no, whatever the phrase is.
I'll have
Hell
to
would
be-
hath no fury like a gnome scorned, is that right?
Exactly.
I do not fear hell.
Who says you're going to that hell? I've been to hell. Hell's a walk in the park to what I will do.
You have questions for me?
What is
I
this
said I would.
organization?
How about a question for a question? I have no way of making you agree to my terms, but I would like it nonetheless. A final
You've watched us for the
request
last
before you
100
destroy
years.
me. Yes,
You've
but I've
watched
never
us
been
for the
able to
last 100
converse. I've never been able to converse with the Noids.
You've been unable to converse, but you have seen everything that we have done. You've seen numerous versions of ourselves die at different points. You have seen every permutation we have done. What else would you need to know?
1,000 viewings is not enough to understand an Noid lifetime. And a Noid's perspective. This is why we took you, for your perspective. But I will, in a show of good faith, I will answer your question.
What this thing does?
Sorry. Say again what the question was. I've forgotten it.
What is this organization?
We work. We work to bring our exalted leader into this realm.
Not possible.
Oh, but it is. We have viewed you many times. Your kobold scientist who expired 900 cycles ago. We observed his dealings. He created cracks in the boundaries of the plane and was able to bring forth walks between the planes without the need for keys. We simply expounded on that.
Yes, and that nearly destroyed Sigil.
Nearly is the word we use to describe a near defeat.
And he's a hell of a lot smarter than you are. You will fail.
He has deceased. Subject 1 is deceased.
He's still smarter than you.
So you say, number 2. Anything else you wish to know?
I'm just reading this side chat. Trying to think.
Well, while you're thinking, let's skip sideways to the other group. In all seriousness, you guys aren't cooking the mind flayers. You put them all in the pods. You said so. These pods are built for one person. The ones all up in this room are full, and Pizzazz is questioning the head scientist in there. Junkrat's one is pretty much hermetically sealed. So that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
and at least
8,
half
9,
of them are filled
10.
with broken glass as well.
Yeah, that gives you 11 pods. Some of them have been flipped onto their sides by the force of a bomb exploding. Some of them have been pretty much punched through. That gives you maybe... Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll roll a d10. Cool, that gives you 6 that are still intact, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 Mind Flayer bodies. So how are we doing this maths, and how many bags of holding do you have?
How high a strength check would it be to compress a mind flare to fit like 2 or 3 into a puff?
I mean, depending on if you play them like octopuses and they don't actually have bones.
Yeah. It's more like silly pussy though. You press down one side of them and the other side pops out and squishes away.
That's perfect.
I'm gonna get covered in ink.
Okay,
yeah.
what we do...
All right. I'll let you roll. Oh god.
I've Eldritch blasted one in front of me
because there's still the Silver Arcanite River as well, just so you're aware, and the doors to the south.
Because
but were you going to search them first?
Yeah, we're going to search them first, and then I'm going to compress them.
Oh.
Okay, you find all of them have level 2 key cards essentially, and we'll say the Let me roll a d8. There you go. 2 of them have robes that are intact enough to pass for disguises if you want them. Medium humanoid, so sorry, Glack, you'll need to find a short little Babbins mind flare.
We should just have Glack on one of ours heads.
Oh
so
my
he's a
god,
bit taller.
Glack on pizzazz.
Yeah!
Oh god, yeah, but yeah, you find 2 passable costumes and 11, actually 10, because you had one already. Brings your total up to 11 level 2 keycards.
I may be a bit tall for. Wait.
I mean, we're going for tall and not a bit too chunky for being elfid, but okay. Yeah,
Two
you're a
half
bit
orcs.
tall and wink.
Tall as Landor, actually.
That is all you find in this room, pretty much. It's fairly Spartan, aside from the scientific tech that you pretty much blew apart with the bomb.
I don't know what he's done to me, but somehow I can do this, and I do another Eldritch Blast at one of our squids.
Yeah, so you actually you go to create one sort of like a beam, like you feel a strange sort of. You went for Pact of the Chain, right?
Yeah.
So you notice intermingled in one of your tattoos on your arms, there's like a dragon, sort of clockwork, mechanical dragon that binds itself around your hand, and you point your hand out and you go to create one beam, but 4 of them spike out from each point of the cogwheel and blast into the mind flare. And, oh shit, yeah, didn't mean to do that, kind of thing. You only meant to create one. The other 3 go just firing off into various points on the thing. It's a weird experience.
I don't know quite what he's given me, so I'm still experimenting with these.
Yeah, I don't remember you being able to do
Try
that
not to
before.
kill us, okay?
And there
it
are
wouldn't
as
be your
well
fault,
still the
but-
doors to the south as well.
I want to try something whilst we're here.
I'm just going to very quickly move all the dead mind flares over to one corner of the room.
I'm not a dead mind flare!
Yeah.
You are now.
It's just a good.
Disguise self as a dead mind flayer.
There we go. You shove them all in various pods
You
and
wanna grab-
whatnot.
Grab these ones. And I'll
Yeah,
move
I'm
my
putting
guy.
those over now. There we go. They're all quote unquote hidden
Yeah, there's been
amidst the destruction of this room when a bomb went off.
Oh, I've got another idea from when I get back into that room as well.
Okay.
currently they're being squashed into size, so we can put them.
So you guys are pretty much making sashimi and just placing them all in the pods that are still intact and draping and sweeping and mopping that room. Shawarma cafe style.
I want
Would
to
it have floated in the molten silver narcanite?
Yeah,
I
Landmore.
want to try something whilst without using the key card. I want to try that to see if that will open the door.
On off.
Yeah.
Electronic device within range, as long as the device is a clearly defined on or off function that can be easily accessed from the outside of the device. Software-based shutdown sequence. There you go. That's why I gave that. These doors have a specific key card. You could definitely use the key that Junkrat gave you if you wanted to burn a couple of uses on this door. As you hold your level 2 card, sort of as you get closer, you see a strange symbol on the keypad, which the others are able to translate is level 3.
Also, I was reading on-off is a cantrip that you just automatically get with Ghost in the Machine. So instead of actually choosing that as one of your cantrips, if you add the Warlock Magic Initiative feat and use that to add that cantrip in, and choose an actual other cantrip that you want.
Yeah, you gain the on-off cantrip and.
Don't worry about
So
that.
everyone that got the Warlock levels, you'd be able to add that Magic Initiative feat.
Yeah, it's just the infallible relay, remote access, arcane hacking, and digital phantom are added to the Warlock spell, so you can choose those if you want to. Folks at home were using Ghost in the Machine Unearthed Arcana, which I'm quite excited about. You could attempt to use your information surge if you want to.
It was more. I was want to see if it worked. If it doesn't work, it's more just experimentation rather than actually trying to make that work. It was like
with the cantrip that doesn't open these particular doors, sadly.
I'd probably bet a fair bit that the chief scientist dude's got a level 3, right?
Speaking of which, let's whiz back over to Pizzazz and the chief scientist. Pizzazz.
Okay. I didn't really think of anything else to ask.
That's all right. It's entirely okay.
Key card.
Because that's to say, you say question for a question. What's your?
So you agree? What is your end game here? You surely know you will not make it out alive. Even if you do destroy all of us, even if you do come face to face with our leader himself, you will be dead before you even know what hit you. What possibly could be your end game when you could side with us? It is better to be at someone's right hand than in their path. Surely you must understand this. Your journeys through countless Noid worlds, through the maze, through the Buttercup's lair, through the memories of your friends, snorts at the word God. God? Through the house, I watched in fascination as you explored that place. And you learned things I could never know.
And in all your viewings, did you not realise something?
If he could
Noids
shrug,
are
he would.
stubborn.
He looks off to one side. I had not considered that possibility.
If you tell us we can't do something, we will sure as hell do it. You say we won't survive leaving this place? We took on a god, we survived. We can surely handle anything that you throw at us.
At this, he sort of bows, like he closes his eyes and sort of, in that sort of gesture of being consigned to this fate. If you say so. You must know that you cannot leave me here. I will have to raise the alarm.
Come with me. And Pizzazz will walk out towards the silver fountain.
No, you will come back here.
No, you will come with me.
Dominate monster.
And snap his fingers.
I'm going to need a contested, so because you still have the worm in your head, which he commands, I'm going to need an intelligence save from you to be able to issue this command, which is harmful to him. He was toying with you the whole time.
Nick his key card first.
Fuck.
Oh.
So you go to turn, and you hear the words, and you hear like a inside your head, and you stay put. Now, untie me.
As if Pizzazz starts to untie him, that thing's gonna bite his throat out. My
You-
little servant.
Run.
But before you do, you make an intelligence save. You make another intelligence save. You get one for each action. He unfortunately had to use one of them to tell you to stay put. So you don't begin untying him, but you do stay there. I said. Smart. I should have had the half-orc stay put. No matter. He will soon meet the same fate as you.
Are you okay in there, Pizzazz? You hear for the headset.
Tell them yes, everything is fine.
What the hell did he hear?
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Yes, everything's fine.
Good.
Gonna roll
Now drop
insight.
concentration on this spell and let me leave.
Can I roll insight on that?
You can.
Oof.
He
I don't know.
seems okay. Yeah, you're not insightful, really.
Leon's dumb.
He commands you to drop concentration.
My passive insight's 21. Can I hear anything odd?
Something a little strained, like something is catching at the back of his throat. Because as you get to make another intelligence save
See the
before you carry out his command. No, there is no way you're letting him loose.
the pact of the chain thing. Does that? Am I linked to the little thing?
Yeah, you hear you get like a little dee danger, landlord,
danger,
landlord,
danger.
Fight
danger, landlord, Furball, danger.
It gets issued the order to bite its throat out.
Okay, yeah, it flies at the thing and it's paralyzed, so it has advantage. It misses because it's only got a plus. It's only got so much to plus. It doesn't roll because he's got a 20 AC.
You okay, Lamar?
So it misses.
Go.
And you hear
Oh.
armor too thick, cannot compute. You all run into the room, and he's going to issue a final command, I think, to Bazaz.
Okay.
Fuck, what would it be? I've
I
got
was
a
going
good
to say,
one.
can I try to attack him as well?
Actually, yeah, you can, because you know what? He's had a couple of commands, and you've succeeded twice, so you could, in theory, at this point, turn around.
Okay. So, well, don't even turn back towards him, but I cast Mind Sliver at him.
Ooh, psychic damage, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. You watch as he... he rolls an intelligence save first, actually, quite frankly.
I think it's hard. Wait.
Which he has. Here's his stat block. Oh, come on. Loading.
It'll
Beyond.
probably be quite high, but...
He's got +3. So it's that. Oh, no, not 21. Jesus Christ.
Jeez,
No,
he's
that-
got a +3, so 21.
No. It went too high. He's got a plus to... Where's the stat block on? He's got +14, so it is a 28, though.
Yeah. Okay.
+21. Can you imagine? God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you watch as he just looks at the sliver of arcane energy and cocks his head to one side. We'll get a very quick initiative order, actually, because he might be able to break concentration on you before anything else happens. I mean, he's got 1 hit point, so all you need to do is just beat him, really.
Does the Mind Sliver not do half damage on a success?
No, it's a cantrip.
Ah.
It's all or nothing.
And he has
That's why the 47 on the Toll of the Dead did nothing earlier.
I know for the Toll of Dead, yeah. I don't know Mind Sliver, basically. I thought it was level 1 spell for some reason.
Nah.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of dex, but if he rolls a crit, he goes first. Oh man. Oh god. So he and Glack act simultaneously. I'm just going to get 1 action alpha on him before Glack just demolishes him, quite frankly, because it's funner that way. And he's going to command Pizzazz to wall of force around the 2 of them.
I don't have it prepared, so you can tell me to do it.
Or some sort of concentration spell. Like he knows what spells you would have because he's seen your spell book. Some form of concentration spell that would drop your concentration on dominate monster and and also keep your friends away.
You have wall of. Would you have any of the walls, basically?
Any sort of wall.
I'm just looking through my spell to see if I've actually got any walls. I don't think I do.
Then it will just be a drop concentration thing then.
Polymorph.
Yeah, polymorph.
Yeah, polymorph your friends into slugs. There you go.
Something like that, yeah.
There you go. He says, polymorph your friends into slugs.
Aim at me.
So you get an intelligence save to not obey the effect, and if you succeed, that's his turn anyway. Which so you just look round at him and go, mate, what? No, they're my friends. And he just looks back at you as if to say, well, shit. And then Glack rushes in with darts and punches, basically. Glack, how do you take this thing? Do you kill him this time, or do you just knock him unconscious again?
I think.
Kill that little.
No, what I do is I'd reach into his mouth, unclick my movable rod, and just pull it out through the front of his face.
Damn.
And just wrench it through.
Tell you what,
Now
roll me a strength check. Athletics, actually, it would be if you got proficiency.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's head off.
Yeah, you pretty much. He's like a what's the name of that puppet? Is it Zippy?
Zippy is a puppet.
Yeah, like the orange thing with the really wide mouth. Yeah, he looks like that now. Yeah,
yes, Zippy.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks like just a sock puppet now. Top of his head just hanging off, and he collapses to the ground. He's most definitely dead.
Okay,
And
you
all
don't
of
get
your
to hang
left-
out with squids anymore.
Yeah, it's apparently a bad idea. Go through his pockets. He's probably got a key card.
Yeah, going through his pockets, you find his spellbook, which has a couple of high-level spells, pizzazz, which you can easily copy down later. Post-adventure, you probably won't have time before that.
Yep, that goes into my bag.
Yeah,
and he has a level. What would this be? It would be a level 4 keycard, yeah, because he's the chief scientist.
Yeah.
Level 4 keycard.
Level 4 keycard.
Out of possible 25.
Ain't
No.
something.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No, but that's the last of the threats in this sort of area dealt with. I assume you take him with you, either stuff him in a pod, or what sort of thing do you want to do with him? You can take his brain if you want.
What's left?
Oh, I mean, I was gonna cast Raise Dead and have a couple of these guys walk around with us.
Ooh.
You can absolutely do that. Is that a ritual? Hour casting? 10-minute casting?
Let me double check.
I don't know in
'Cause the-
5e.
Yeah, because the rest of you could, in theory, short rest if Pizzazz does this over an hour. Can't remember what Raise Dead does.
It's not Raise Dead, it's Animate Dead.
Animate Dead. The 3rd level spell.
I think Animate Dead's pretty
Or Bones of the Earth, I think you have.
Bones of the Earth is not a undead spell. It's
No,
like summon rocks.
Yeah, it's summon pillars essentially.
Good spell. A
Yeah.
very good spell. That one's a skeleton or a zombie. Instantaneous. Casting time 1 minute.
Yeah,
So,
that
we don't
works.
have long. We don't have short rest time.
Oh, I've not actually got it prepared. It's only in my spell book.
Well, shit.
But I think I have a thing that I can.
Oh, you're actually high enough level for that. I know the wizards have a thing for that, but I don't know what level it is. Wizards are so cool if they get to high levels.
Create Undead, 6th level spell.
Hmm?
Create
Create
Undead,
Undead,
that's the 6th level spell.
Yeah, I've not actually got prepared.
Oh, I thought I gave you that with the Dance Macabre. That was the one I gave you. Never mind.
That's Macabre is like temporary zombies.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a ritual, but it is in my spell book. Would you allow a?
Did I give you Bones of the Earth? Because I meant to give you.
Yep, I've got Bones of the Earth.
Yeah, I meant to with your staff. I meant to give you Create Undead. I thought I looked at Bones of the Earth. I must have not read the spell description.
You saw bones. That'll do.
Bones of the Earth. That must be the undead one at 6th level. Having not read Create Undead yet. Yeah, that's the one. Always read everything, GMs, before you gift things. Yeah, just swap that out, and you can have that if you want. So swap out Create Undead for Bones of the Earth. Same amount of charges.
I'm gonna cast this. I'll tell everyone beforehand, but I'm gonna cast the Hearing Spirit, so everyone can start going for it.
Okay.
Those of you who conga through it can gain the average 35.
Short rest.
I appreciate short rest.
Yeah.
You've cast it already.
Yeah, I've cast it so everyone can go for it.
What does Healing Spirit do for you?
Lasts for a minute, and basically it heals for what, 1d6.
And 10 die 6 total, an average of 35 if you want to take the average.
The only issue with Create Undead is I don't have any onyxes.
You have a actually it's got like a cost.
It's part of your spell staff.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's
built. It's built into the staff because Kwalish would be casting that every day.
So
because I do have that prepared, and that's what Pizzazz was actually using to create his army of undead.
That'll be why I gave you Bones of the Earth then.
Yeah.
But never mind. Now you have it constantly, and you can swap out that spell.
Fair enough. Okay.
Sorry, folks at home. Rules, lawyery, crap. Are we short resting, or are we just taking Bob's hit points?
The heal is good enough for me with that.
All right.
I haven't really used many. The only resource I've used to come back on a long rest, which you don't have time for. So.
I just don't have that many key points left. But
I mean, if we do a short rest, I can get my pack spells back.
Mm-hmm. Pack spells, key points, wild shapes all come back on short rests.
Wild shapes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, those long rest.
No.
It's been a while.
So if we essentially barricade this room, or if we go back into the other room, drag the scientist's body with us, Pizzazz will create undead on a bunch of them. It's up to 3 of them. And they become ghouls, but they still look like mind flayers. Well, they essentially have the ghoul statistics. Yeah, and we'll do that. It only takes me a minute to cast, but we can short rest in that time. Everyone up for that?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Cool.
If I was to use remote access, would I be able to alter it so only we could open the doors? Or is that not what the remote access does? Wait.
If you read out what remote access does, or post it in the chat for me real quick. Thank you. So I don't have all these tabs open.
So many tabs.
As if it were in your hands. Mechanical functions. Remote access. One device at a time. So that's more. This would more like hacking, so that only your terminal would be able to use it.
Okay.
More than a remote sort of.
Then I'll use arcane
hacking.
Use arcane hacking then.
Yeah, no, that's a spell that you can use. In fact.
Something will work.
I'm gonna use Junkrat's arcane hacking on the doors, so we can. I'll use both my pact things to do both the doors.
Okay. Yeah. So arcane hacking, you gain advantage on intelligence checks using hacking tools to break software encryption on online security using foreign systems, and allows you to break second level and lower protective spells such as arcane lock, glyph of warding, etc., etc. So, fun fact: if you use that on the level 2 doors, you're able to break through. Roll me an intelligence check. Which door do you want to do first? The top door or
I'll do the
side door?
This door first.
Yeah, we're going down here. I believe.
Sorry, where are you going to?
We're all gonna walk into the lower room. And,
So you're taking your rest
yeah.
there. Okay.
We're
Good to know.
also dragging the chief scientist with us as well.
Yeah. Understandable.
Is robes usable as well? Or are they heavily maimed?
I mean, I'm about to essentially bring him back.
Oh yeah, but if he's covered in blood and torn up to shit.
Oh, that's fine. I can sort that out.
Okay.
Actually, do I have mending?
20.
No, that's one of the cantrips that I don't have.
One of the very, very few cantrips. Yeah, so Bob, you managed to pretty much... Junkrat would be proud, in fact, because that's the same sort of thing he used to stop the Mind Flayers accessing his door in his cryotube. So you close that door there and sort of melt the lock.
Yeah. I want to pack it so that only we can open it.
And the southern one?
Okay.
Guidance to you.
Okay.
It's the bigger
Just in
door.
case.
And you all know this spell as well, so some of you could easily be helping.
So,
Oh no, wait, sorry. You have it with arcane hacking. You have advantage on intelligence checks. You have advantage.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alright. So I'll just roll that again.
I was going to
Well,
say,
no,
if we take the
the first
20 and
one-
the 14 as your
Yeah, the 20
first one.
Yeah, the 20 and the 14 were the first roll, is what I mean. So roll
Right.
Roll again.
advantage for the second one
So just roll
with guidance.
Roll intelligence check again.
Worst.
Yeah,
Roll
definitely
guidance.
guidance.
Roll your d4.
Roll
Might be enough.
Yeah, 4.
Oop.
Pretty good.
Not bad, though.
17?
So you very successfully get that one to work. This one is a bit more complicated. You manage to get one to lock in place, and then the other one is fritzing occasionally, like one time out of every 10 or 15 tries. You bring like a foreign one close, and it occasionally fritzes out and stops the door from working, but other times it opens like halfway. It's an okay patch.
If
It would certainly slow people down if there were multiple of them coming up from that direction.
It doesn't make a difference in proficient intelligence.
That's for saving throws.
Sorry, Bob.
I thought I'd ask.
The door isn't attacking you.
Yeah.
Yet, yeah.
Let me just roll very quickly.
It's a mimic.
Roll for door
Okay.
attack.
The whole tower's a mimic, actually.
Would Pizzazz recognize that the second one didn't work properly?
You're intelligent enough and arcanely minded, and your little heads-up display shows partial lock. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So in that case, I will also cast arcane hacking and try to lock the one that is Fritz partial locked.
Okay, there is a chance of this going wrong so that the door might not be able to be opened at all, just so you're aware, now that
That's
there's
fine.
two different sources.
Well, spells will break it down.
Mm-hmm.
So say
An advantage intelligence check it is.
Oh,
25.
You see where Lanwar has gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The bomb blast from earlier blew like a shard of glass and a bit of metal into the side paneling. You quickly remove that and sort of move some wires around, tie them off. Tink would be proud. Junkrat would be proud, in fact. And you are able to click the door and get it closed and open however you want.
Cool.
I'm not quite used to his kind of tech things. You know me, I'm nature-minded.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yes. But I think we can probably rest here safely.
Mm-hmm.
plan.
All right. I'll roll a d20.
I will get the little junk bot to keep an eye on this bottom door. And
Sorry, how much healing did we get from your healing spirit earlier?
35.
35.
35. Is that each or?
Yep, we conquered through.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Leon's gonna spend some hit dice to fully
So-
heal.
You rolled a 15 on d20. I'm going to do a couple of hit dice as well.
Yep.
Rest.
Short.
Why not?
Um,
As you're resting, you get about halfway through
There we go.
your long rest. You get about half an hour in before you begin to hear sort of not quite shuffling, not quite tapping noises, but weird sort of almost intrusions at the back of your mind. Everyone except Lanwar, obviously.
An itch.
Just an itch.
mm-hmm.
As if of like you and you've heard this sort of, you felt this sort of thing before. It's the kind of pinging that you get whenever sending is being cast or a message or something. It's like a reroute of a system. It's almost like a mobile phone's buzz when you receive a message.
Oh god, squids are incoming.
However, the second half an hour passes seemingly without incident.
Maybe. Jeez, how many hit points are you down, Dion?
I'm not quite full health yet, but
Seriously, if I didn't roll the middle one, I would still be at full health because that 13.
Having taken a brief respite after destroying all the mind flayers in the scientific wing,
Mm-hmm.
where would you like to go?
So, Pizzazz is going to, during the last bit of the thing, he's going to raise up the chief scientist and two of the mind flayers using Create Undead.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, I have an idea to get rid of our pesky little brain thing, but I don't know if you're one to do it now, because it is a fairly handy spell to use if we're in
What
trouble.
are you going to do?
Oh, you've seen it before. Wait, no, maybe not all of you. I have the ability to transform all of us.
Oh, I know the kind of thing you mean.
I could transfer us into large enough creatures that our little junk bot friend here can, dragon thing can maybe pull out your head worm things.
Say maybe in a little while.
Mhm.
It's a very handy spell to have.
Leon, you weren't there, but the rest of you do remember seeing Lanmore sort of cringe in pain as the thing was wrenched from his cerebral cortex as well.
Mm.
And that was using
ever
guidance, and it may not be painless to remove them that way. Entirely possible. Might not be painless.
So maybe do it a little while on that one.
Maybe they just die if we kill everybody.
That's also true.
That usually
yeah.
works.
Killing everything usually does work, yeah.
Plus, if we get rid of them now, we may miss out on some important information.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't seem to understand. But you do. Why is that? Oh, yes, I know why.
We smart.
We are very wise people. It's a sarcastically.
Those little critters must be translating all this garbled nonsense that they speak in weird writing.
Yes, I remember reading this ancient text about a hitchhiker that travelled through the galaxy.
Yeah.
He came across a similar creature that was placed into his ear and translated all languages for him.
Seems too far-fetched.
I read it too. Yeah.
Completely, though.
Maybe if I...
He's like Vagrant's Guide to the Realms or something like that.
Sorry, it sounds too far-fetched to the monk who, just because he has mastery over the key in his body, can understand all languages. Sorry, that's what you're going
put
with.
something in your ear.
Healthy eating makes you understand all languages.
Oh my god, that's what it is.
Everybody's cuisine.
Meditation.
Eventually you learn.
I sit on the floor for a bit, I think about things, and I know French now. What do you want from me? School would
I know
be
how it
so
works.
easy.
Eat a croissant in the morning, speak French. Paella for lunch, Spanish. It's the monk's way.
The monk's way.
Just don't confuse your croissants with your poissons.
That is true.
I mean, it does.
Small breakfast roll, small
Pizza
chicken.
pizza in the evening. It's Italian.
Mm.
The spell will last quite a while.
Or
as
he's
well.
Indian.
Where do you go after your short rest, people?
Right.
I would go south. It's got the best number, right?
Well,
To be honest,
double doors, Silver River's weird. Let's go south.
Yeah. Would we have noticed which if there was like a level 4 door in the other chamber room?
In the other chamber, let me just zoom out on my bigger map. That would lead to that room. Sorry, I've just got so many tabs.
Mm-hmm.
Leads to room 9, so that would be... that would be level 3.
Mm-hmm.
So south is level 3.
Yeah, I think we should go through this one, honestly.
No, northwest is this one up here is a level 3 door. That one there is a level 4 door.
Ah, okay. Well, we have the 4 key card, and I hold it up.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely up to you. You head through the southern.
Well, we've got
door.
control over that door. Anyway.
Press the...
Let me peek through first.
Yep.
And Dion shovel Anwar through.
I basically want to look for that door and see if what I can see.
Perfect.
We have a cave troll.
Ah, they have a table.
The most perceptive one should at least have a look.
And
Yeah.
Fireball comes
So
out.
you're in that area, which is area. So these, as you poke your head through, you hear a weird sort of clicking and chittering of metal just clacking off of stone floors. Water is seeping into this hall through just cracks in the walls and through just areas. Like that particular area there, you can hear the rush of that sort of what must be the Arcanite River. So just sort of faint little oozing trickles of silvery sort of water, almost grey slime. You know.
You can hear the color.
Yeah.
With
there's
the marching
obviously
order.
there's obviously a doorway there. There is what looks to be some sort of carved tunnel further down, and a stone tunnel to the south. This area here is being patrolled around by two, and there can be no other word for it, metallic scorpions. They put you in real mind of the Mecha Behir that you fought in the Last Hope Inn.
Yeah.
And as you glance at all these things, one of them, just roll really quickly. Ooh. What's his passive perception? It doesn't seem to notice you immediately, but you see just a giant metallic-looking scorpion. Two of them, one patrolling each area.
I push back a bit and get them to close the door, and explain. Yes, there's some of those mecha here looking things in there.
Yeah.
Here's.
Oh.
It looked like that big a room.
I'm not sure if we really want to fight. Weren't they? We had to. Yes. I had to use that spell I was suggesting earlier. Last time we fought one of those. And if if they've stolen any of Junkrat's knowledge or anything to make those things, I dread to think how.
Don't you guys have? Sorry.
Get past those things?
Well, don't you guys have those weird tech powers now? You can just mind control them or something. Maybe they work for us.
Might not be able to control them though. However, the chiefs did say that Junkrat expired over 900 cycles ago, so probably 90 years ago, and I'm assuming they wouldn't been able to access his memory, seeing as he seemingly transferred it into the Matrix. So they would have only had 10 years, roughly, to get his information. I don't think that they would have been able to do that.
Also, there's a chance that the keycard might work on them.
There's a chance of that as well.
Because I can't imagine they attack every...
But Pizzazz will hold up the Junkrat card and say, "I've also got this."
There's
If
also
they are
a chance that attacking them with lightning could kill them, like they make a Behir.
There's a chance as well.
Because that's how that one ended up dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't resistant to lightning.
Okay.
But they may have improved on that design.
It is possible, but
these constructs didn't look like the Mecha Behir in that some of it was, Junkrat tech, half cyborg, half creature. These things look to be composed almost completely of this metal carapace. They look like giant scorpions, but metal. That is what you saw as you looked through.
Because we've got the chief scientist and two of the others, if we had the chief take up the vanguard or the front, and the other two behind, it would look like they're just transferring us somewhere.
Yeah.
And because they work here, theory dictates that those patrol bots, they wouldn't attack them.
Yeah, that seems fair. So I guess that was which way are we going, if that works.
Out the nearest door. Let's not push our luck, maybe.
It's
after that.
It's either that one, or I think going that way is just a good. Because I kind of want that one, but the
yeah.
door does seem a good idea, and it goes the same way. So
Mhm.
I mean, that's a carved tunnel. It's got to be an escape tunnel.
That's not the carved one. That's
no, that was the carved one. That was
carved
the carved
here.
one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm meaning.
Yeah,
This
it's going
one.
the same direction, so
And
it might
there's
meet up.
water.
Ah,
here.
could veer off.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of going towards the Silver Lake again. Honestly,
Mhm.
Well, I certainly hope your idea works.
if it doesn't, I'll try using the keypad and on one, and you can use the Junkrat rod on the other one. If that doesn't work, we beat the shit out of them.
Yeah. There's always a good plan B.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We actually have
Well,
three
technically,
plans. Wait.
technically, beating the shit out of them is Plan C.
Yeah, we actually have 3 plans. This shows how much effort we're putting in.
Yeah, I'm genuinely impressed.
Right. So, yep,
Okay,
we'll get the Chief Ghoul to take point. Pizzazz will probably follow after him.
Leon will be
What-
in the middle because I can give you guys buffs if you're close.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll probably be at the back.
You know what? Let's
be-
move to the map, shall we?
Yeah.
I'll be at the back with Dion as well.
Just drag your characters in. Just 1 second. Copy.
Name Scaladar.
Oh yeah, you don't know what names these things are.
It's Terrence and Dave.
Terrence and Dave, yeah. Just make these minis.
Another Dave.
smaller.
Another Dave. Anything mechanical is named Dave, okay?
It's Bill and Ben, the Eviscerate Men.
It's Dave and Kevin.
It's Dave and Kevin, yeah.
Apologies, just making your guys smaller.
Mega deal.
God's sake, Dion.
Yeah, I'd started moving and then you decided to say.
Right.
What is it with you, Neil? Because Millie keeps ending up giant in the other campaign as well.
Oh no, Milligan's up
Right.
becoming tiny.
So you had you had the ghouls going first, right? With Pizzazz. and then-
Chief Ghoul going first, and the other 2 taking up the rear.
Okay,
Glack,
perfect.
where would you be?
Pizzazz in front
I'll
of
be
me in the middle.
Up the front with Pizzazz, I think, unfortunately.
All right, you head into the room, and immediately these things, the one nearest you, because you're just strolling in, you're not being stealthy. This one nearest to you turns around, and you all hear in your mind, including like if it wasn't undead, the creatures you would have would hear as well. Chief Officer, you are escorting these prisoners. And it looks to be waiting for a response.
Yes.
Can I try deception and try
you do it.
answer
You're
for him?
better.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
I'm shit at deception.
You like so you're intelligent enough to realize what the mind flare. Actually, I tell you what. Since you succeeded earlier, roll me an Arcana check.
I'm good at persuasion. I'm really good at persuasion, actually. I'm okay at
Ooh.
deception.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I made the DC 35 because it was
Yeah.
overly impossible. It was overly impossible. With what you know and what the head scientist told you, and what you've seen from Lanoir wrenching the thing out of his skull, these worms inside your mind look to be formed as a similar sort of almost symbiotic relationship, similar in ways to the earpieces, in that they can communicate with other creatures that have the worms in their brains, in their systems, in that sort of thing. And because they are illithid sort of creations or tech, it makes sense that they were probably communicating with the mind flayers and showing the readouts of your systems while you were in the pods. By that logic, the basic brain of the head scientist is still intact. You could, in theory, with a high enough roll, transmit some of your thoughts into him to broadcast to these things, but you have no idea how loud or quiet it will be. You don't know if he is still broadcasting to the rest of essentially the place that you're in. Yeah. You don't know if you'll be able to. But although he did say all Illithids in this room, so unless there's invisible ones, that you don't know.
That's a good bet.
But these things turn towards you. Chief Scientist.
How would I essentially try to throw my voice then?
It's not your voice, it's your
mind.
Right, throw your brain voice.
How would I essentially throw my thoughts then?
Intelligence?
Probably intelligence, right? Or
it
like
would be
spellcasting check.
Spellcasting might do it.
Because using the spell, essentially. So.
Yeah. It's entirely up to you how you want to try it. You could attempt to use hacking on the creatures to try and convince them. You could possibly use intelligence-based deception. It'd be entirely up to you. What sort of thing do you want to say or do? And then I'll have you roll.
Essentially, just wanting to try to say, yes, these subjects are being transferred.
Okay, so that's definitely a deception. So I'll have you roll intelligence plus your proficiency if you're proficient in deception.
No, so it'd just be a straight intelligence then. Dirty 20.
Do you require assistance?
No, we can handle this.
It sort of bows its mechanical scorpion face before you, okay. and you see up its back to where its tail is, sort of crackling with this similar sort of lightning effect, and it backs away, avoiding the. It goes halfway up the wall, in fact, avoiding the Arcanite stream.
Okay.
And your creatures are free to let you proceed. This one backs into this corner. You have a choice now of pretty much 3 exits. You know, this one will probably lead to the Silver River.
Yep.
That's a door. That's a tunnel you don't know about, and that's a carved tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should go to the door, really, shouldn't we? Because I want to go through that one, but I don't want to piss off the other thing and have to go through that again.
Yeah, I mean, part of me is thinking, what if that's literally just a cupboard?
Then we go to the one next to it.
Yeah, but then that would that would probably cause a bit of suspicion.
Valid.
We could bluff it.
Do you want to go for this
one? I needed a stapler.
Yeah, we just take something out, like a mop or something, like a bunch of mops if it's a cupboard.
So yeah, I'll get the Chief Ghoul to walk over to the door. Then, we'll have given it the level 4 card. Just so it doesn't raise any further suspicions.
Yeah. As it walks over, you can sort of make out over its shoulder, this thing says level 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this key card holder is level 3.
Yep, so...
it swipes the thing, and as it opens the door, it, and by extension you, because you're all linked, except for Bob, obviously, except for Lamor, rather, all here inside your heads. It would feast, then. Ah, yes, transferred. And they both sort of look down at you. Just sort of waiting for you to proceed. The Mind Flayer head scientist is just standing by the open door. You direct him through
it. You said feast. Was that
James? It's feast, yeah. So there's something in there, essentially.
Yeah, something
As
not
you-
good.
As you look over, or rather under, because it's sort of walking there. As you look under its, come on, reveal area, you do see a long corridor with sort of look to be drag marks almost. Reddish, sort of dried red drag marks leading towards another door.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
No.
Hunt back down now. It's just
Through the right. Pizzazz is going to try say through the chief again, saying, oh fuck, just saying something along the lines of just checking to make sure nothing has been taken through recently.
We don't want to overfeed the.
Yeah, we don't want to
Whatever's in
overfeed
here.
it.
Only the prisoners deemed less useful, or those who have expired, or the slaves. To the back, what would they say? They wouldn't say to them, they don't know what north is. By the guard post. Back the way you came. Have been fed recently.
These subjects are valuable. They're not worth feeding yet.
So you are doing this just to scare them? We can do this if you wish, Master.
I think we've scared them enough for the time being. Look at them cowering.
Everyone roll a performance check.
Jesus.
Pizzazz, roll a deception check instead of performance.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Oh, the charisma character. Oh dear.
Don't
So
worry,
it's like
I'm
I'm
blaming it
hamming
by
it up, and everybody
You know
else
what?
is fine.
It was,
Hey,
yeah.
I'm not the worst!
Dion.
Dion's
going
stands
like,
proud!
oh no. Just, like,
666.
yeah, so Black, you're a kobold. You have the grovel color and beg racial traits, so you're used to going unnoticed around more angry creatures, that sort of thing. But the rest of you've got such fucking hammy performances. Neon, you're actually knocking your knees together.
I don't.
It's terrible.
I don't think
It's like, oh
Land's-
no, a ghost or something.
Land doesn't know what's going on because he's not hearing the
Oh
conversation,
yeah, Land doesn't know
and
what's
is
happening.
just paying attention to what the actions the spiders are doing, with this trying to judge what they're doing, if this is working or not. Too busy.
Yeah.
Too busy
Yeah.
insight checking them.
Well, roll a quick insight check for me, please.
Right.
Okay. So you are very acutely aware, and in fact, you are not surprised as these things attack you. So, yeah, they now know that you're not. They're essentially, we're going into combat order. So I'm going to roll for the Scalanar.
Nothing.
I do. None of yous do.
That's what I'm saying. I fear
Have
nothing.
advantage.
Yeah, Pizzazz, as he looks around,
Damn it!
thinking, right, that wasn't great. Looks around.
Yeah,
Goes,
no.
Fuck.
Yeah, you just see. You just see everyone else going.
So scared.
Dion, you look down at your boot and you recognize a familiar hole that you sort of picked in it a few episodes ago, and you're like, "Oh, that actually happened in real life! Holy crap!" There we go. Yeah, no, it's initiative. Let me just.
Leon's performance, he goes to do, yes, cower. My normal cowering position. Head held high, chest puffed out, hands on hips.
Yeah, arrow knocked, aiming at somebody. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Perfect.
Don't forget Dion's second as well.
Perfect. Yes, Dion's 22. So actually, he gets 2 turns in a row, essentially. So Dion, the hunter, you have the first 2 turns in combat. Essentially, you can just take a double turn right now as the combat starts. And these things, and you're not surprised as well. That's a point. So these things are, that one's further down. These things are huge, in fact. They are about the size and width of a giant as the music pumps up.
They are really giant scorpions.
Yeah, they are very, very giant scorpions. And you've just watched pretty much everyone in the... Holy shit, Leon, you rolled a 0?
Yeah.
Look.
Oh, God. I just noticed that. Yeah, you've just... Everyone else seems completely... they believe their own performances. That's why they're so slow off the mark.
Very gullible, apparently.
Yeah. But Dion, it's your turn.
I'm gonna attack this one.
Perfect.
Mark it first.
We have the ghouls as well, by the way.
I think they go essentially on my initiative.
Okay, I've actually still got grounded up.
These things are constructs, by the way, for favoured enemies and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But Leon, it's your turn.
Other one.
Yeah, just cast level 1.
Yep. You mark it. Your little heads-up display comes across your eye, and you just feel a little dragon twirling around its form. Roll your attacks. It is not surprised, so you don't have advantage. In fact, it is surprising the rest of your party. Okay.
30.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know how tough these things are. They're made of metal.
You've hit it twice.
So 15 damage to that first one. And roll the extra d6 for the second attack. And yeah, true, they are made of metal. And another 15. Perfect. So you watch, you just ping, ping, 2 arrows just fire in, aiming at the joints between the legs and the body of this thing. And you watch as the 2 legs collapse to the ground, and you seem to have cut them off completely, but you watch in horror as 2 more legs immediately grow out of the sockets in place. It seems that whatever these things were modeled on, the Mecha Behir, it looks to be... they look to have been almost perfected in whatever time frame has passed since then.
Oh, shit.
That's your first turn. You have a second turn immediately.
This turn, is your lightning arrow concentration?
I was just gonna
No.
check that.
Don't believe so. It's lightning bolt, basically, but ranger.
Yes, it's concentration up to a minute.
It's like it's concentration the same way that smite is.
Yeah, but
Oh, he's not-
Hunter's Mark is also
Shoot him a couple more
Lightning
times.
Barrow I think lightning barrow might be better. Honestly. Actually, no, he gets extra damage.
Dion, it's your turn again.
It's a normal attack.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's gonna hit. 13 damage plus a second attack. And we'll roll 2d6 afterwards. 21. Actually, ooh, you damaged it. So actually, this one uses its reaction to leap forward and deflect the blow using its leg. It has no impact on that second one, but that's its reaction, though.
Ooh. Scorpion has intercept.
Mm-hmm. It has intercept, and it sort of pins it against it, fires one of its leg missiles off, and which immediately regrows. And that one only takes 13, 15 points. Still, decent amount of health down for these things. That's your turn. There is no initiative count 20. These things don't have lair actions. Pizzazz, can you be surprised?
I believe I can. Yeah.
Anyone who can be surprised is considered surprised by this attack.
Sorry to say, nobody
have-
within 30 feet of me can be surprised.
Aha!
Yay!
There you go.
Brilliant.
So Pizzazz, you have your turn. There you go.
Lovely. Okay. In that case, what's the range of that? 20 foot. Lovely. Can get
They're both
both
standing
of them.
beside each other now.
Yep. And going, but I'm assuming the squares are 5 foot.
Yes, they are. I sized the map and everything to
Cool.
make 5 foot. It was really time exhausting, but yeah, I quite like it.
There is a way to quickly do that.
Yeah, I that's what I did.
Fair enough.
But I've got so many. It's a massive complex, man.
Yeah. Okay then. And right above, centered right in between them, so about there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to summon an ice storm.
An ice storm. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Hail of
Deck save.
rock
Okay.
hard ice pounds to the ground in 20-foot radius. 20-foot radius. Okay. So it wouldn't be centered there. It would be centered directly on top of this one then. So it'd or essentially a little bit back maybe, just so it doesn't hit us.
Yeah, somewhere so it doesn't hit you. In fact, then it can go pretty much right on the corner there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, they both failed.
They both
I rolled
failed.
5 and a 1.
So they both take the 10 bludgeoning and 10 cold.
Okay, you watch as the ice shards pierce into these things. They shrug off the cold, but the bludgeoning does seem to dent their armor a bit.
Okay.
Just so you're aware.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Is that your turn?
that's handy to know.
It is. In case there are more of these things.
Bonus actions. Do I have any bonus action cantrips?
I've just realised something.
No. What's that?
Well, I'm level 17, so all my auras are actually up to 30 feet now.
Yep.
Yep, that would be me then.
Perfect. Glack, it's your turn. Your aura helping your friends essentially just beast mode their way to these creatures.
It's going to move in between the Scorpion and Pizzazz for a bit of safety for him.
Mm-hmm.
And a hit and a hit.
They are both up on the ceiling. If you'll remember, this one crawled back up halfway up the wall, and this one was on the wall back here, and it scuttled across the ceiling. It's about 30 feet up. Do you have a jump or something? Or you can run up walls, but that might.
It's also got a 10-foot reach as well.
Yeah.
30 feet.
Well, I jump on the table then, and then just hop, stab, hop, stab.
I'll allow it. A lot of energy to get the jump stab though. 14 and 16. Is that piercing damage you're doing?
That is, I'm going to do thunder and thunder.
Thunder and thunder, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. As you hear a sonic boom go out around this area, your first punch has no effect.
Well, you say that, but the boon I took means I can override I bypass any damage resistances. with my hits.
Resistances.
Oh, it's immune to thunder. Well, seeing that, I'm just going to hop up and I'm just going to punch it twice in midair then. Oops.
The second hit you can choose, though.
I'll go for force then instead. See if that does anything.
Force. It is also immune to force. I'm looking at his stat block right here.
Yeah.
Well,
But you have...
know.
Yeah, you've learned at least 2 of its immunities. Your unarmed, your first unarmed strike.
Yeah, that's a 22 for the first one and 28 for the second.
What was the 20 for?
Oh, that I should have rolled at advantage. I forgot to press the button. So 22 and 20 was the first roll. 20 and 28 was the second.
22. Yeah. The second one is. You know what? No, it's not going to do that. He just takes the 19 points, I think. 29 rather. From the 2 punches. Yeah, because that one's looking weak. It can't afford to use that particular thing. That's your action and bonus action?
Yep, and I'm going to, since I'm already down on the table, I'm going to just hop back down.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, not, sod it. I'll go the other side of the table. Give myself a running jump so I can mount it and drive it to the floor next time.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. As I said, it used its
reaction.
God damn. Lanwar, it's your turn. They're already, one of them already looking bloodied. Woo.
I'm going to try and Eldritch Blast one of them.
They're immune to force.
Oh.
Yeah, they're immune to force. Would Glack have said the damage types as he hit them?
Yeah.
Well, definitely thunder, because I imagine each time it's the thunder cats.
All right.
Thunder.
Thunder scorpion.
Thundaga.
Thundaga.
All right.
You're still welcome to use Eldritch Blast if you want to, though.
Politics.
Bludgeoning.
I'm gonna use Thorn Whip.
Ooh.
To try drag it down? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, try and drag it down off the wall or something.
Is it a strength save to not be grabbed? Not be pulled, rather?
Creature. Hit the creature. Larger or smaller. Pull the creature 10 feet closer to you.
It is not large or smaller, it is huge.
Yeah, so basically we'll just take damage if it hits.
Since it's their turn next, the second one will use its reaction to essentially fire at a missile to block that damage from the first one there. So your Thorn Whip just lashes out and fires into one of its legs, which cracks it against the wall. No damage.
Okay.
Bonus action?
Don't have any bonus action worth doing. No, everyone's pretty much healed. It's not looking very good. And I'm gonna step. What attacks does the little thing have? Or
The dragon?
yeah, because I don't think you gave me any information on the little pack the tome thing.
I imagine it's a. Dragon, right?
Yeah, it more uses it would take your action in combat. You can have it do non-combat stuff, but it's more like a probe or like a scout droid than anything else.
You can make it do
It's
help.
essentially like unseen servant.
It's more like an unseen servant sort of scout than anything else.
You can make it do a help action.
Yeah, it's the last vestige of Junkrat's personality and abilities in physical form, because he did give you a bunch of crap, really, when you left his realm.
I think it can help someone. I think that's like a thing you can do with the bonus action with it.
It can do a wee sort of poison sting as your action. You can command it to to do that on someone.
All right.
Like
Actually, I'm gonna use my bonus action to hidden path over to this other door over here.
That other door.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And I'm gonna tell the little thing, go find out what's up there.
Perfect. You send it on its way. It's their turn now. Perfect. So at the start of their turn, I need everyone to make a dexterity save, please.
From within 30 feet of me gets +4.
Is this
Be
a
everybody
spell or magical effect?
It is.
Oh yeah, and advantage if it's a spell or magical effect.
It is technically an inbuilt. It comes from an Arcanite gem because it's Junkrat created, so technically it would be with advantage. Yes.
Everyone has magic
Because
resistance
it's
within 30 feet of me.
it's a magical effect.
So +4 and with advantage.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's a fail. That's a fail.
So
You still got a 0 to
is
dex
this-
saves, Pizzazz. My God.
20.
1 moment, I'm just going to look at ability of mine.
+4 onto that.
Why do you? Oh yeah, +4 from
Me.
Leon.
Leon. Yeah. So Lanwar, you rolled a dirty 20.
Yeah.
That just succeeds.
Is this an ability that would make me take half damage if I fail? If I
It would, yes.
Okay. Then I get my shield master thing for it.
It doesn't target only you.
Yeah, the shield master one for it. I thought it was the other. I can add it to it if it's shield master. If
Yeah,
it only
it's
targets
only if it targets only you. Though.
Yeah.
This is targeting all of us.
It's an area of effect.
Yeah, it's an area
no,
of effect thing.
I can't add my shield modifier to it, but I still get the evasion part of it.
Right.
Dex save to take only half damage. You can use your reaction though. It does take your reaction.
Yeah, I'm
if
fine
you
using
succeed.
my reaction. I can't hit him
Okay.
anyway.
Okay, that's fine.
So minus off a bit from this. I'll find out what my shield is in a minute.
That's fair. That's fine.
But it is off 5, so it's a 20.
So yeah, so you just succeed. So that's 10 die 8. Of which Glack takes none.
Evasion.
Yeah.
Take none because shield.
Everyone who has evasion, which I think is Glack and Dion, because of your bow, because you're hunter bow, you succeed and take no damage. Pizzazz, you take full damage. Lanmore takes half damage, and Leon, your shield master, I think means you take no damage. Is that correct?
Yes.
So just Pizzazz taking half and Pizzazz taking all, and Lanmore taking half.
What
46.
What kind of
What
damage?
kind of damage is it?
Lightning.
Ooh.
As one of them unleashes at the start of its turn that, and then charges at Lanmore. And I'm afraid. Oh no, Lanmore succeeded.
I'm absorbing elements to reduce.
So you're going to take another half of that then. So 23 halved again to 11 points for you. You get 4 points of lightning damage on your next melee attack. Pizzazz, since you failed, you are also stunned until the start of its next turn.
Okay.
And it's going to use a couple of claw attacks on you. Which means it's going to try and essentially pick you up with its claw. It's got plus that to hit. A 21 to hit.
Yep. Because I can't shield.
And that's a crit as it's going to do that. So it immediately picks you up in its big claw, crushes you slightly. And its third attack, so it rolls actually double damage. 25 points of damage plus.
What type is that?
This is all bludgeoning, magical bludgeoning. So 10, 25, 30, 33 total from the crit and the first attack. And it chucks you.
Okay, because I'd already taken off the 25.
Sorry, yeah. So 25 and another 8.
Another 8. Okay.
Yeah. And it then takes you towards this area here, and is going to chuck you down the hallway.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, towards the door. It rolls one more attack. You can't. Can you make contested strength checks?
I think you can make them because
I'm incapacitated.
stunned 5e.
Yeah, stunned, incapacitated, can't move, can't speak, only falteringly. Automatically fails strength and dex saves.
Automatically fails.
And
there you go.
attack rolls have against me have advantage.
Oh, I should have rolled with advantage. Never mind. It's fine. It chucks you down the hall, and you can't make the strength save to resist, but it throws you the full 50 feet, and you impact with the door, which just it's not locked at all. It just gives way, and you tumble through that door and down into a crevice. You'll take a sundry amount of falling damage. 11 points of falling damage, and you arrive at the base of a. I'm gonna need to fucking move this map sideways. I wasn't. I should.
I followed Pizzazz with the cam.
Yeah.
Let me just.
And Pizzazz is killed off screen.
Yeah, because we're not. Yeah, just real quick. Give me a sec to reveal areas.
You've moved the whole map, but not us, so we've just moved.
Yeah, I'll move you in a sec, okay?
Alright.
I'll move myself back to where I was.
Yeah.
No, it'll just hit back. So just leave me where you were.
You'll still be in the wrong place.
Yeah, you'll be in the wrong place later.
Yeah. So Dion, you were back up there by the door. Leon, you were right there.
If you just I was gonna say, if you just grabbed everyone, you could just move them all at the same time.
Leon was here.
That's true. Perfect. We did it. Pizzazz, as you arrive, you hear a great sort of some great, terrible king monster. And this pit, you've essentially it's very much like the Sarlacc pit, you know?
Yeah.
And you've got a vision of 60 feet around you, don't you? So you can see about that. So you can see this is a really large cavern. It extends onwards into the darkness. You've just fallen down.
No, my dark vision is 120.
Ooh.
Ah, excellent. Oh, because of that thing, yeah. So you see up into that corner then. Fuck's sake. Reveal areas. This is still just one of the Skaladar's turns. See around the corner
disconnect up.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, you'll see it.
Explains why the door was unlocked.
You see a monstrously gigantic worm just sort of writhing in the darkness, and as it twitches its head towards you, you think, oh shit, this thing that is over 200 foot long, writhing its way up towards you. I've got to add it to the fucking initiative tracker now.
Yeah.
DM problems, am I right? Am I right? Yeah.
Yep. I mean, you threw me down there.
You did.
Yeah.
This is entirely self-inflicted.
Well, I want epic combat encounters for you guys.
And on the bright side,
fun
you know
times.
It's not going to be after Leon.
Well, for now, certainly. What's its initiative? Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Fuck's sake, 5 minus 2.
Oh.
You expect it's a giant freaking worm.
It's
over 200 feet long.
The fun thing is, it still goes ahead of Leon.
Everything goes ahead of Leon.
Perfect. So that's one Skaladar. The second one obviously can't use its lightning ability on everyone in the room, or rather everyone, because Pizzazz is gone, but it's going to use it on everyone else in the room. So everyone who's in the room still make me a dex save. Please?
Still advantage and +4.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hey, look at that. Everyone who rolled...
I take half.
in fact, everyone
Dirty
rolls a 20 or above. Yeah, because you've all got a +4. So Lanmore, you roll above 20. Glack, you roll 30. Leon, you roll at 29. And Dion, you just pass with a 20. So none of the rest of you are stunned at this point. So you all take half. Glack takes none. Dion takes none because evasion. You all take. Yeah, you can't use reaction, I believe. But and Lanwar's already used his reaction. Oh, but you still got absorb elements up. Yeah. So you'll take half. So Leon, you take 53. Lanwar, you take 26. Lightning.
53 is half.
Oh, 26.
Jesus!
Yeah, sorry.
106 damage.
My bad. It's a lot of numbers. Leon takes 26. Lanwar takes another 13 lightning damage. That's its turn. None of you are stunned, so it can't grab you and throw you down the pit, essentially. Because that's their whole thing. Stun and then chuck down the pit. So it's gonna sting you instead. We'll say say Lanwar.
I guess my little thing just watched Pizzazz go whee.
Right, so Lanwar, you're stung for a 26 to hit.
Yeah.
26 is gonna hit. 9 piercing damage and 12 halved to 6 lightning damage. Oh, it does an extra 2d10 because of the lightning in the room. Another 9 halved to 4 lightning damage.
How much is that together?
10 lightning and 9 piercing. So 19
damage.
19 damage.
19.
And then it's going to claw you twice. 17, I assume, misses.
Yep, it misses.
And another 17 misses. Okie doke. And that's its turn. Skitters up to the ceiling. Still there. Perfect. It's the Neotholid now.
Goodbye, Pizzazz.
And it burrows into the ground.
It's leaving. Easiest fight against 200-foot giant psychic worm ever.
Yeah.
And Pizzazz soloed it.
While stunned.
It burrows. And you
Impressive.
take... Second. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, it can... Oh, no, you know what? It doesn't do that, because I've just had a look at its spells. So it goes towards you, Pizzazz, still sort of sniffing the air almost, and sensing food. It's going to cast a spell at you.
Okay.
It is going to cast telekinesis at you. Because it can cast that innately. Psionically.
No, my God.
Yeah. You attempt to move a huge or smaller creature. You automatically fail strength and dex. Oh, strength check.
Yeah, he can make checks.
You can make checks. Excellent. So it's a wisdom check from it. Oh, I rolled very high.
You're out of range. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I rolled very high. I rolled a 22.
Yeah, there's no way I can make
3.
that.
Okay,
I've got
so you
minus
are
1 in my strength.
Yeah, so you're lifted into the air, moved 30 feet towards it, and restrained. And you're, because that's its action, you're just now, and you look down and you can see just this creature's maw directly below you, and it's waiting for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It would have moved right there. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, no, that's its turn. Perfect. Yeah, that was actually good. Yeah, pleased with that. Leon, it's come your turn at last. And yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
Make
go.
it worth the wait.
You glance down the corridor. Pizzazz has been lifted by an invisible force and moved away from your sight. Oh my God!
Just like Jesus.
Yep.
Well, that can't be good.
Well, Dion wouldn't see. I would, and so would
I said Leon.
Leon.
I'm Leon. I can see down the corridor, and I saw him just get picked up and dragged away by something's brain.
Yeah, and everyone but Lanwar can hear. It will feast. It will feast. It will feast.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So I'm going to take a couple swings at the thing in front of me with my very shiny sword. Annoyingly enough, the element I selected for it is thunder, so it ain't taking the extra damage. But this is not the damage isn't the real main point of what I'm about to do. So I'm going to take my first swing. I don't think I have advantage for any reason. So 32.
Yeah.
So that is 7 smite and 21 slashing damage, and unfortunately the thunder damage doesn't work.
Still 28 points of damage to this thing.
Yeah.
Skadoomf.
Bam! And
Yeah, that bloodied it.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yep.
Only a 20.
Oh. Do I want to use that thing? Yeah, that thing leaps across in front of your path.
It is gonna use it? Then
Yeah, it is
I'm
gonna
gonna
use
use a thing in counteraction for that.
Oh.
I'm gonna use one of my charges to increase that by 10. So that's a 30.
Aha! Yeah, it can't, it essentially gives a +5, so...
Yeah.
You watch as you just hack, the first one leaps in front of you. Actually, yeah, so you bring down your blade of perfect control on the front of this thing's great face, and the first one that you were fighting leaps across it, and you just go, nah, and bring the blade down even faster and harder, and slash through the front two pincers of the one that leapt across you, and it squeals in pain as the blade just cuts right through it and cuts into the first one. I'll let you decide. Do you want to do half damage to each of them, so 10 points of damage to each of them, or all 20 to the first one you were hitting? I'll let you decide, because you basically cut through both of them, and it's a real cool move.
Yeah, I'll go 10. I'll go 10 to each of them.
10 to each?
Yeah, I mean that's more thematic.
Yeah. I mean, it tried. It tried to save its mate. Didn't succeed, but it tried. Back up to Dion the Hunter. It's your turn.
Oh no, I've got a bonus action to do.
Oh, you've got a bonus action.
Yeah. Because I made an attack action on my turn, one of them I'll go with the guy. Are they both within 5 feet of me now?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with the guy who just stung Lanois. I'm gonna raise my shield and just smash it back 5 feet.
Shield bash it.
Yeah, I'm shield bashing it. Shield bash allows me to bonus action just shove it, essentially. Which doesn't have a size problem, so it just pushes it. So it's a contested athletics?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Leon, you've just volunteered yourself to go against the Neolith. You can bash it back.
Yeah. Got a +4. Rolls a 17. What'd you roll?
I haven't rolled yet. I need to check if I've got anything that's boosting it. I don't think I do. I don't have anything that gives me boost checks. Yeah, I've only got a bunch of buffs to saves. So 29.
29? Yeah, with its 17, you bash it back 5 full feet. That's a good turn. You just hacked through both of them and then pushed one of them away from you.
Yeah.
You've still got movement, technically.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I've got to. I feel bad otherwise. I'm gonna just run down the corridor, so I'm taking the attack of opportunity. If he wants to try. Actually, wait a minute. The one that's within range now is the one that doesn't have his reaction.
No, you pushed the one that didn't have his reaction back.
Oh, I pushed the one that stung Lanoel, so it was the one that was already in melee.
My bad.
Yeah, that one's fine.
Then that one will make its reaction attack on you then.
That one's the one that used its reaction.
So it does.
Reach. Yeah.
Yes. So it does.
Yeah.
It does have a reach of 10 feet.
Ah,
You know what?
disadvantage?
I'll leave it for now because
Okay.
it has other reactions that are slightly better that I kind of want to do. You
Okay,
run.
I'm
Yeah.
running that way. He's like, I'm gonna go help him.
Yeah. You get to about there.
Yeah.
10, 15, 20. Yeah. Yep. Back up to Dion.
It's another couple of attacks on the one that I'd marked.
Yeah. We'll try and feel a bit cheerful about it.
Oh, sad.
I'm gonna slaughter the one that I'd marked.
Amazing. Roll your attacks, man.
23?
23. Nah, the other one can't afford to take any more damage. He's gonna leave his pal to die. Takes 10 points. Second attack.
Eh?
It just hits, actually.
Oof.
Minus 13. Roll your 2d6 for me.
8.
That is enough to take that one out.
Ooh.
That one's
Nice.
gone.
Nice shoot, Tex.
So, pinging through the air, 2 more arrows that just lodge in this thing's tail, pretty much where
Bonus section
um,
of the mark.
bonus actions.
He can move his hunter's mark on about
He was meaning for me.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yeah, they'll mark the other guy with that.
Perfect. Pop that mark there then. That's your turn. It's back to Pizzazz. Who I think might be stunned till the end of the Scaladers.
I was
Yeah.
muted. So I was gonna say, was the one that that just died the one that stunned me, or was it the other one?
For fun, we'll just say it was that one that just died, so you can get a turn.
He gets swallowed
yeah.
by the salt.
Because you're still being restrained by the big King Sarlacc.
That's fine though.
Nothalid.
Uh,
I love the art for the Nothalid, the actual art.
Mm,
This one's cool, but the actual art is gorgeous.
yeah, and this one's much bigger than any others. This is over 200 feet long.
yeah.
Actually, slightly bigger than the Spark Drake that I ran last week, Session 0.
Mm.
By like 20 feet.
So
By
I
centipede?
I'm gonna.
The mind playing purple worm, essentially.
You are restrained as well, so somatic components.
Smatic, okay. Even though I've got Warcaster, I don't actually need to do somatics.
Oh, well, that's fine then.
Yeah.
That's what that's for. So you can essentially subtle.
Okay, so in that case, because it's right there, and it doesn't look very nice, I'm going to try to disintegrate it.
Okay. It's a dex save, am I right?
Yep.
I don't think it can pass.
I see. Well, I rolled a 5 minus 2.
So it couldn't make my save regardless.
No, but it was fun to roll though. So it takes all 76 points of force damage.
Mhm.
And let me just see, can it make the con save plus 5? No,
So
it
that
can't make the
would
con
be
save. So you're
38.
so you're actually dropped right, and you land right in front of it. You were beheld 30 foot off the ground, so just a sundry amount of damage. Another 13 points of fall damage, unless you want a feather fall.
Do I have that prepared?
Oh.
No, I've not got prepared. So, yep, I'll take that.
Yeah. So you crash to the ground from where you were being held, and this thing's reeling in pain as great chunks of it have just begun to slough off. That's your action. Movement bonus.
I am going to try to move, knowing full well that it's probably going to try to attack me.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yes, of course it is.
You've got a sneaking suspicion.
Oh.
Try
might
and
not
get
hit you though.
to the door.
22. It's up a hill as well. It's up 30 foot up a sheer cliff face.
That's fine. Oh.
Does a 22 hit you?
I'm going to shield, so no.
Perfect. Good to know. Imagine if you had Featherfall and just didn't have the reaction to shield.
Yeah.
My goodness. Yeah, 22 to hit. Rolled quite low. That's a shame. That's bonus act. That's movement action, reaction. In fact, as well. Glack, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm just going to run up and do a
why don't I go back there? I wanted to move close to the door as possible.
I think it's because there's a cliff there.
Yeah.
First stamp, it's 28. Second is 23.
Yep, those both hit. And, you know, the first one actually downs this one, I'm afraid to say.
Actually, no, I would have only been able to move 15 because I probably would have fallen prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd be 15 foot back.
You are still in range, though.
I can get him out.
15. Perfect. So your first attack downs that second Scaladar. You still have movement on all the other stuff that monks have.
All the monk things.
All the monk things.
Then I will just peg it round the corner. You step for the wind, and I get to just the edge.
And you see just this monstrous creature writhing in the floor of the cavern. Biggest thing you have ever seen in your life that was a creature. And Pizzazz just fleeing from it, Indiana Jones style. He's running straight from it. Why is he running straight from it? He should be doing monk stuff, like running up walls. God damn it.
Zigzag!
I mean, this is why you do cardio, Pizzazz.
Yeah, he's clutching a stitch in his side.
He's got like 6 feet and he's got Stitch.
Yeah, his leg is slightly wounded where he landed on it.
Got a broken ankle.
Yeah.
Keep telling you about the importance of
more of a
stretching.
sprain.
Come on.
Sprain.
Anything else, Glack?
No, I've used everything to get to there.
Alrighty, Landmore. And then the Scaladars are dead.
Hidden path down to Pizzazz. And
it needs to be a place you can see.
well, within a place that I can see in within that room, and then I'm just going to use my movement to get to him.
So you can get to there.
30 feet up, isn't it?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
I'll be
30,
30
35,
feet down.
45, 50.
No, I mean you can
55,
see 30 feet up because it was in the edge.
60. So you can move 60 feet so you can get to the door overlooking the cliff face, actually. Because we're back here.
How big are these squares?
5
They're
feet.
5 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I was at the door.
I don't
Yeah,
know
but
what's
that's a 30
happening
feet
with the
cliff.
arrow. I don't know what's happening with the arrow.
That's
but
like 60 feet.
Yeah, the squares are 5 feet. If you count the squares.
So I move.
This corridor here is 12 squares long, so 60 feet long.
Alright.
Oh, I know why. Yeah, it's because it's snapping to the normal grid. The normal grid has squares back twice this size.
So you were standing there.
Yeah.
So you move 60 feet and get to the door,
Alright.
overlooking the 30-foot sheer cliff, essentially.
So you could essentially use your action to dash, and then use your bonus action hidden step to get down.
If you fancied, yeah.
Well, I was trying to keep my action ready for do something with that.
Them's the breaks.
I thought that's where the ruler fucking tell me the wrong measurements.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, getting there.
And if that's the case, I'm way out of
Yeah.
the range then.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like here is where my aura
Mhm.
ends.
Yeah.
So be like just off the edge of the cliff section.
Second. I'm gonna
Look
well
down anyway.
shape it in eagle and book it to pizzazz.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Pick up pizzazz. 40, 45, 50. What's the flying speed of an eagle?
120.
try-
isn't it?
Trying to
I
get-
believe it's 120. It's a
If
He's
it's-
got a lot.
If it's 50, you can get to there. If it's 60, you can get back to the door. Or you could fly south to that tunnel. Up to you.
For the winter. Eagle. Oh, it's got 60 foot. The normal eagle.
Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Pick up pizzazz at 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You can get back to there with pizzazz. So right by the door, annoyingly.
You aren't high enough level to do a giant eagle, are you?
CR1. Pretty
Yep,
good.
a giant eagle CR1's got 80. A little bit better.
Yeah, that's the. Yeah, no, normally you transform it there. Because I'm finding.
Reach of 15. That's good. Are you doing that? Are you
Yeah.
eagling and
Right.
perfect? So you perfect.
I did not
so
like
you get
that.
to pizzazz. You get to pizzazz.
Mhm.
You're also a large creature by now.
Grab
And the
it.
two of you grab him, and you're back right there, almost by the door. Next turn, Black and Leon could probably pull you inside. Scaladar are dead. It's
You
the
know-
Neothelid's turn.
You're now ready
Neothelid that moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and has a reach of 15. So, what to do? Well, you're holding pizzazz, so it's gonna attack you and just sort of latch out. You watch as its mouth, its giant maw, sort of opens, and the leech-like mouth that you were used to splits apart, and like a horrifying, just aberrant creature, you are going to be attacked. Lanwar, plus 13 to hit.
Plus
An
13 is enough
18
to fucking
It just hit
armor,
you.
armor class.
An 18 hits your eagle form.
Yeah. It's
Ah,
plus
oh God.
enough as to
Really
get
low.
hit my
He's rolling
eagle.
5.
I rolled really low on my damage though. 24 points total. 14 bludgeoning and 10 psychic if you have any resistances.
Oh,
And because
he's still
because-
in form.
because you're a larger, smaller creature, make me a strength saving throw.
Oh
please.
no, he's gonna eat him.
As it just lashes out with its tentacles. Strength save as an eagle.
Second.
Plus 3, actually.
Oh, dang.
If you go to extras, you can add the giant eagle into your wild shapes.
8.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh Lanwar. You are reeled in, and I will let, if you want, you can drop Pizzazz, but he will drop to the ground and
Oh.
take falling damage, or you can keep him carried with you. That is, I will leave that up to you.
I was about to say, oh, you're in my aura, but I don't think a 12 makes it either way.
No, it's a higher DC than that. What do you want? Do you want to be eaten with pizzazz or without pizzazz? We'll leave it up to you.
I think I would drop Pizzazz so he's not.
I would say take me with you.
All right, I'll take him with me. I will go with the
Okay.
player's decision.
Alrighty. So you go to drop him, and you
Grab.
release your claws, and Pizzazz actually grabs onto your claws, and
Yeah.
the two of you are swallowed by the Neothelid.
Mhm.
That's great.
I just say to Glad, did he just make sure he got swallowed, right? You saw that too?
You're both blinded and restrained.
That's fine.
But you have total cover against attacks and other effects from outside the Neothelid. That's its turn. It's Leon. Actually, well, it's used all its action and bonus action, so it can see into the tunnel now. Leon, it's your turn. You move to the edge of the tunnel and you see this creature, and it's monstrous. And you just feel yourself being absolutely repulsed by this thing.
Ew.
It swallowed land. It was pretty funny, if I'm honest.
Yeah. It also swallowed Pizzazz because he made sure he got swallowed. That's some real determination right there. I'm gonna just
That's one
jump
word.
down into the
Jump. Dex check, please.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah,
Roll
it's a
high enough,
30-foot
you can
jump.
do a superhero landing.
Trips
Nope.
over.
Yeah, no, you're gonna...
That's over tea
Yeah.
kettle.
Break your ankles.
Yeah,
Oh
15
my
points of bludgeoning
God.
as you leap in Mario style, and midway through the air you think, oh shit, I shouldn't have done this, I immediately regret my decision. And you land in a heap. You land prone, in fact. You needed to move 10 feet to get to thing.
I stand up, essentially.
Yeah. You have just enough movement left, just enough to stand up.
Yeah.
Technically,
at
did
the
what
big
I
this
did.
area.
Remember land?
Huh?
I'm saying technically Leon just did what I did, remember? At work.
That's your movement, man.
Yeah,
You would need to dash to get in range of it.
I know. I'm gonna just...
Bonus action spells or anything?
Oh, I actually have any spells that bonus action. That's a good question.
A lot of
smites
smites are
are-
bonuses. Yeah.
I do have a lot of smites.
All of the smites.
Various levels of smite.
What does this do?
What does this do?
Does this do?
What does
Dion,
what does this
you're on
button
deck,
do?
by the way. Think about what you're going to do, Dion. Actually, you know what? You can't even make it there. You can dash.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah. So you can we'll just skip that then.
Oh yeah, I'll activate this spell because I can, and I've never cast it, I don't think, ever before in any game. I'm gonna cast Spirit Shroud.
Yeah. Dashing, you'd get to there.
Alright.
Spirit Shroud. Wonderful. What does
And
it do?
I choose its target to be the Nothalid, so it's slow.
Mm-hmm.
Calls what spirits of the dead, which flit around you, spells duration, intangible, invulnerable. Spell ends, any attack you make deals extra damage when it hit a creature. Damage is radiant or cold. I can't gain hit points until the start of my next turn, but I can't attack it because it's out of range. And I can make it be slower. So I'm going to make it be slower.
Any creature of your choice, 10 feet, speed reduced by 10 feet.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, no, that's good. It's a good bonus action, so you're concentrating on that. Dion, you've dashed, initiative 20.
Yeah.
Pizzazz, it's your turn. Black on deck, and then Landlord.
Okay. Level 8 disintegrate.
Right. Well, you are inside it, and it cannot make the deck save, so just roll the damage.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Jeez. Minus 90 points.
One moment.
I see.
How's it looking?
I mean, it is just bloodied.
DM, look at chat.
Would that amount of damage force it to throw us up?
Actually, if it rolls a nat 20, it might succeed. No, it rolled a 9. That amount of damage, let me just read out the... if it takes 30 or more damage from on a single turn from a creature inside it, it must make a con save at the end of that turn or regurgitate all swallowed creatures. So it'll make a con save at the end of your turn.
Okay. To be honest, there's not much else I can do. So, yep. That's me then.
Plus 4 makes it a... Oh shit, that makes it a 17. Oh crap, and the DC's 18. Oh god damn. That's annoying. Oh, frick. Well, that's the way the dice fall sometimes, you know, and I'm glad you guys. So, Leon, you're standing right in front of this thing, and it looks definitely purple, and you watch as its sort of midriff turns this greyish-black colour of disease, and you watch it look just not well, and it looks down at itself, and then at you, and then down at its belly, and then back at you, and you just go that, you just sort of, you know what's happening, you just go, no, 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 no.
Yeah. I just close my eyes and put the shield over my face.
The shield is an umbrella. As just a torrential gush of vomit and a gnome and a giant eagle just torrents out of you.
Squawk!
Oh, it'd have been so much better if you weren't an eagle.
Yeah, and just a pile of acid.
Coughed up a fur bog.
Yeah, you all fall prone as well.
Okay.
And that's at the end of Pizzaz's turn. Glack, you've just watched this occur, and you're suddenly so glad you weren't in the splash zone of that thing.
Ew.
Lanwar, you're still holding Pizzazz as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Pizzazz is
Oh
holding
my
Vice
god,
versa.
that was the best thing I've seen in a long time.
Like a chocolate fountain.
The newest ride, Nihilar's View.
That's why Pizzazz grabbed hold of Lamar's eagle form.
I
Damn.
assumed it was.
I am going to cast
Wisdom
Compel
save.
Jewel.
What do you? Oh, compelled duel.
Yes.
It must make a wisdom save. It's drawn to you, compelled by divine command. Disadvantage against it.
So hopefully we'll give the others a bit of breathing room.
Wisdom save. Oh, it's got a plus 11 to wisdom saves. Plus 12 even. Plus 12. My God. A 23 to save on your weird duel. It looks at you, and it looks down at the vomit. You hear in your mind, "Yeah, I'm gonna eat that." Thanks. Well, Lanwar.
You burn your tongue.
Yeah.
Or
Sacred Flame.
flame.
DC 20. It's got the advantage, which I realized I should have been rolling the entire time because it has resistance, magic resistance. But no matter.
I mean, it can't make the dex anyway.
It has buffs and stuff from being in its lair. But it takes the 16. It is now very bloodied. Lanwar, it's back to you. Unless Glack has any movement.
No,
or use objects.
Not jumping down. In fact, I will back up to give them space to jump back up.
To jump back up the 30 feet.
I have faith in them. I can do it.
Yeah. Lanwar, at the start of your turn, you're going to take just a d6, 6 points of acid damage, just as the leftover bile that's coating you just eats away at your...
drops and I take 2 damage.
Okay.
Wait, no, I take 4.
4 damage.
Yeah. So you just sort of shrug off the acid as your eagle form melts away from your skin as well.
It's Hal turning back into his human form.
It's your turn, though.
Well,
and this thing's rearing up for another attack.
Well, that certainly was disgusting, and I don't know how to get all 3 of us back out. I had a plan for 2 of us, but
That's fine. Take Leon.
Okay, I will use... I'll not use that one, but I'll use Hidden Path and take Leon back up. Is it
okay.
Within 30 feet, or to get back up?
You can just, because it's a sheer cliff, you can just make out the bloody sort of door, just hanging slightly ajar at the top. You can just manage to get back up there and be precariously perched on the ledge, and then sort of force yourselves both prone, so you don't fall back over the edge.
Lean forward.
You know? Yeah, it's like it's like in Lord of the Rings where Aragorn and Frodo leap off the crumbling bridge.
When the Balrog
you've got to throw yourselves back prone, basically.
Grab Lanwar's for.
I'll use my action to pull us through the door or something. Just the rest of the way. So we're
you can. Yeah, you can drag dash as an action another 15 feet to get to right where Glack is, pretty much, if you wanted.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, I'm not going in that room again.
That your turn?
Yep.
Perfect.
Because that's
You may not have a choice.
Yeah.
You're up here.
I guess I'm over there as well, yeah.
It rides around Pizzazz, seeing 2/3 of its meal escaping, its main course and its dessert escaping. And I need everyone who's in that corridor, and Pizzazz, in fact, to make me a dexterity saving throw.
With advantage.
Still
Is
have
this
the
a half damage
advantage
thing?
in 4.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Pizzazz, you're right on the very edge of Leon's aura. 5, 10, 15.
Everyone has magic resistance and
15.
Doesn't help.
20, 25, 30, and you're 15 foot down. It's not magic resist. It's not a magical effect. It's a breath weapon. So Lanwar fails.
It's a 20 either way, because it's not targeting just me.
Yeah, Pizzazz fails. Fails. Okay. So those of you who failed, which is Lanwar and Pizzazz.
What kind of damage is it?
This is acid.
Well,
it just spews on you.
Our reaction
again.
shields up it.
So. Perfect. So Dion, Glack, and Leon all take no damage. But Lanwar has no shield, and Pizzazz is right in front of it. So it takes a full faceful, and he's prone as well, which is even worse. So you're just lying there, and it's just hovering over you, and it just reels back and sprays its entire stomach contents over you. Roll to see if it gets it back, and it does get it back next turn.
I'll absorb elements.
Yeah, it's your reaction, so you'll take 32 acid damage. That is its whole last turn. Back to Leon, who's just you sort of mop off you sort of shake your shield a little bit, and the worst of the acid just sort of slips off it. This thing is barely looking past bloodied, and Pizzazz is still down there.
Well, I'm gonna make it slower again. With my spirits, essentially. And I'm gonna basically step 5 feet forward just so that Pizzazz is more clearly in my aura.
Yeah.
And I'll go, get up here! This is probably not good. Let's get out. And I'm gonna just lay on hands myself, essentially, because I'm pretty hurt.
That's fair. It's a good action. Lay on hands.
I'll get it back to full.
Move out of the corridor, maybe.
Back to Dion.
I'm keeping Pizzazz okay, essentially.
So hearing Lanwar say get out of the corridor, Dion asks him why.
You can clearly see past Lanwar and Leon to this giant gaping maw of fleshy creature and tentacles and vomit that's just sprayed in your direction, Dion.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
Maybe you can shoot us if you want.
Yes, shall.
I suppose, I could ready a bonus action to shut the door as soon as Pizzazz is through. Is that a thing I can do?
You might just want to shut the door now.
You don't need to see where you're going?
Nope.
Good.
Yeah. And yeah, I'd have shut the door if you're sending that to me and the comms. Okay.
Yeah, you're able to shut the door if you want.
Then you're not gonna be able to shoot me on. Might want to leave then.
I'll leave then.
Perfect. Pizzazz, on your turn, you're able to dimension door to wherever you wish.
Back into...
Or Misty set. Yeah.
Right, Dion.
Yeah, and Black and Lanwar are able to shut the door if they want to this room, and you just hear muffled the roars of this creature, having just barely made it away from it. You're back in the room with the Scaladar, which seems a whole world ago.
Mhm.
May want to shrink me down a bit.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, we have some buckets.
Yeah, you're covered in sputum and acid,
Who knows
but
what else?
thankfully all alive for now.
Pizzazz looks really bad.
Yeah. So did the thing actually. 2 disintegrates. My God.
Yeah.
one was a level 8. So that,
Yeah,
that's
almost, level
Yeah,
8
that was
in
a
its stomach.
regurgitate.
yeah.
It's got some serious heartburn right now.
That's all my high level spells gone.
Are you okay though?
Barely.
He's got a couple of sprained ankles.
And
Yeah. Before you get too comfortable sort of chatting, Pizzazz, since you were the furthest in, roll me just a hindsight perception check, please. Because you would have scanned probably to... I mean to ask these at the time of combat, but I get caught up in the combat.
Boom.
There you go. So I'm just going to skip back to the full headquarters area.
Mhm.
And just reveal what you saw,
Oh god.
essentially.
It's going to be interesting.
I mean, yeah. I hope so. I aim to give interestingness.
I mean,
We've
it's going
seen
to
out
look
to
worse
there.
than it did while we were in there.
Yeah, that was just a baby.
Yes, actually, that was one of the babies.
Yeah, there was a cliff. There was a cliff face with a couple of openings over here, and that sort of general corner area. That's what you would have seen.
I'm more worried about this.
With a big fucking hole. with like the pet door or something on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a cliff area over there that you could have climbed up to escape if you'd wanted. And there certainly seemed to be an area further away with a couple of exits.
See, Lan, you could have flew down there. Or up there.
You got eaten.
I did fly down there. I tried to get Pizzazz out. and
Yeah,
got
but I
eaten
meant
for
to
it.
the cliff at the other end.
It's only Pizzazz who knows about the cliff at the other end. Unless
Yeah.
he tells us.
Yeah, but he could have told you about it. Said, take me over that cliff down there.
So did you see your way out, away for safety? Or do we have to find the big pink worm again?
I mean, there was a cliff on the other side. I don't know what's over there.
Slightly disconcerting,
It
but
did look like a bit of a cave over there. But yeah, this big hole here, we should probably try block that.
I mean, I could turn us into the giant mammoths and we could go beat it up.
Just turn into a group of mammoth and charge a giant worm.
Though that would waste the spell that I was holding to try and get these nasty worms out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
There is
let's
still the-
not do the mammoth thing then.
Yep.
as
There is still the passageway to the south.
I'm casting that
As you're aware.
as we're talking as
Cool.
well.
Thank you.
21.
Yeah.
Thanks.
As you're looking at the sort of the crevice over here to the south, by the way, this one here, Pizzazz, you're able to sort of reach out and touch it, and you recognize this is a wall of force, a permanent wall of force, clearly keeping this thing in.
Right.
Yeah.
So against this tunnel here, essentially.
Against that tunnel there is, oh well, let me just draw it for you. Make it a nice yellow. Why not?
So it's a. It literally is a giant pet door.
Yeah, that's a wall of force.
I can't see anything.
He put
There's
it
no
on GM.
yellow
He
on
put it on GM.
ours.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
That's annoying. I thought I put it on object. I did.
It's not showing.
Yeah,
It's
no,
maybe
no, no,
under, maybe under the thing.
Oh, wait a minute. It might be you've put up our picture on the big image and you've drawn it on the smaller map.
Ah, yes, I have. Let me just skip back for you there. Perfect.
I do that all the time.
Yep. Yeah, I just completely forgot.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Did everyone mark off their healing as well?
The
No.
21.
Oh, I was already.
Um,
I used lay on hands for it. So.
Yeah, if you've got any more, I would really appreciate it.
Oh, you needing.
Oh.
Is anyone else pretty bad or?
Do you want one of these?
Fine now, thank you.
Yeah, wouldn't mind that actually.
Yeah, enjoy.
I think 84, 26. Okay.
Not a single 4+ on the DX.
No,
Oh, it's the 84s actually.
but that's taken me to about a third of my health.
Okay.
Do I have any healing? I'd like to keep some lay on hands to get people up.
Yeah.
But I'll see. Do I have any other healing spells? I don't think I do.
I've got a potion of greater healing.
18.
18. Thank you.
If anybody would like it.
I would say keep hold of your potion for the time being. I don't think I've got any other potions on me.
No, I've not got any potions.
No.
Alright.
Unfortunately, I haven't had time to brew anything.
I've got a couple, so don't worry.
Sorry, I'm just rejigging the map because there's more to be explored down this area. But yes, you're left in this room. You just frantically heal yourselves.
Pizzazz 3/4 dissolved and digested.
Yeah. But luckily, you are all still alive.
Yeah.
Is the main thing.
So, where to now?
We've got.
I mean, to be honest, it's 9 o'clock. That's probably a good place to leave it for me.
I've got a slightly better place. I'd rather leave it because I'm very conscious that there will probably only be one more episode, if that's okay.
Okay. So, should we head south?
I'm gonna tap everyone with false life.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Was it 8 temp?
We've got.
Thanking you.
Here we go.
Perfect. So you're heading off south, you said?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Seems to be the general consensus.
How are we going about it? Just strolling or?
I will give us pass without a trace.
So,
Yeah.
I forgot to roll for the ghouls earlier for the electric attack.
It's fine. We'll say that they were staying at the back of the party because I don't want to. We'll say that if
the electric did damage, they probably would have died.
Yeah. So, the second you want to bring them into combat, we'll say going forward, I will start attacking them. But if you want to keep them out of combat and use them as an out of combat utility, I'm not just going to destroy them offhand. How about that?
Okay. So
Perfect.
at the moment they're out of combat things.
Perfect. So they're just essentially as a
One's,
deception device at this point.
Yeah.
one's just holding the little Junkrat bot now.
Okay, that's fair. You head south with your pass without trace. Roll me stealth checks, everyone, please.
I will also have cast detect magic as well.
Excellent. So, well, the Wall of Force obviously shows up as magical.
Yep.
The last vestiges of the Scaladar are showing up magical.
Hey, I'll take a 28 with pass without trace.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So,
Books of Elven.
I'll
Dion-
take a 35 on my own.
It's a 45 you get, Dion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, on my own.
Lanwar, a sultry 18.
The one who casts pass without a trace.
Perfect.
28.
I'm not a stealthy person.
I'm at -1 in full plate.
I mean,
Your head.
technically, Pizzazz doesn't make any footsteps.
Yeah, neither do I.
That is fair.
I am not.
This is area
Yeah,
16.
but Leon makes a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So
Leon,
you're all-
Clank, clank.
I'm not here, honest.
his footsteps make no noise.
Just the rest of his armor.
Yeah, just the rest of him.
You all begin to head southwards and just follow the corridor round and southwards again and begin to encroach to your right as you come down the corridor. Another doorway.
See, Leon's still in the middle of the pack, who's getting maximum coverage with his auras.
Yeah. Past this area, you can make out. Oh fuck! All these fucking maps. My god. There is a much larger, sort of rockier room, partially collapsed. You can make out a few old, sort of dead adventurers. There are tunnels leading to the west and to the east. The one to the east of the map seems to go towards the sound of the rushing sort of river.
What is it with this river in this place? This
The river of Arcanite.
No, it's more.
But that's
Landwar
that's
saying
slightly
out loud,
further. To
What is with their damn river running through this?
I don't know if they need it for their experiments. I'm not that way minded.
It might be their power, maybe? I'm also not that way minded.
Pizzazz,
is-
you're the most likely one to know.
It
Any
is made
ideas?
out of an arcanite, several arcanites actually. Mainly silver. There is a touch of copper in it, and I can't remember what else you said.
So, like the fake Arcanite spiders?
No. They're not like the false arcanites. This is actual arcanites with a mixture.
Yep.
Similar to the other device that we had found, comprised of all the arcanites.
It reminds you, actually, as Pizzazz says this, Lanwar, it reminds you a lot of the copper piping that Junkrat seemed to create. It had a lot of silvery wires. It was obviously made up, the outer shell of it was copper.
Oh, God. Damn it. I think I know what they're trying to do.
Go on.
This may be a larger scale thing that Junkrat tried to break through a reality.
What's that voice?
Uh-uh.
You've never done a voice before.
I don't know. My voices are getting mixed up.
This is intellectual
Oh
voice.
no,
No, it's
that
fine, I like
know.
it.
I know where this voice is coming from. This is because my elf is a bit sort of posh. This is probably virgin into my elf's voice from Thingweed's campaign. Sorry, but
I think
I-
I should go through that door. The rest doesn't look promising, really.
Pizzazz?
Yeah, because one way could lead to Worm, the other way leads to River. So
More,
Although, to be fair,
so.
the last door we went through looked exactly like this.
that's That's a valid point. Let's keep going south.
I mean, I'm not saying like south is any better.
It's no,
But
it's no,
just
you've
putting it
got a
out
point.
there.
It might still be going. It's going the same direction. Let's
Yes.
keep going. Let's keep going a good bit. Let's go further south, and we'll avoid it.
Yep.
Pizzazz.
Mhm.
We may have to block up a river.
Damn.
Oh, Neil. You
Yeah, click
dick.
round the air from that one.
Oh, man. I regret
Inspiration.
so many things. No, I'm not inspiring that.
I get inspiration from clipping around the ear.
Yeah,
Yay!
perfect. Well, as you move south, and I continue to move the map ever so slightly
Yeah.
around this area, you all emerge in this much wider sort of open area. There's another tunnel leading to your left and to your right. The southern area is just collapsed. It looks to have been excavated in order to create these two tunnels. But the bit over here, that leads towards the river. You can hear it rushing past. This area here, it's weird. It seems to ingress slightly and then just lead to a dead end, like it's been purposefully collapsed. It's weird.
Is my detect magic picking anything up?
Oh, interesting, actually. So down this area, you get the faintest sort of glimmering of decades-old technology that you actually recognize. It's got the same magical signature as the old elevators you used to use when you were descending and ascending through Brightside Towers.
Someone bashed up the elevator.
Is Jesse and Zen going to be here?
Yeah, do you think we can call it an elevator?
Yeah.
It's completely blocked. There is no elevator door. It is completely the entire tunnel.
I mean, the elevator door
ingresses and it's just
wasn't
gone.
there when Jesse was called.
Yeah, it just came through the door,
He
didn't
disappeared.
it?
I wasn't aware of that.
Could-
Perhaps then that
But Zen basically lived in the lift.
right. Let me retcon then and say that the magical trace signature is buried behind about 20 odd feet of rock. It looks like it was purposefully cut off, you reckon, by the mind flayers so that no one could
Call the button.
use could call it. Yeah.
It's blocked up in some way that we're not getting through, essentially.
Or
These guys are definitely
counterpoint,
not working
we
for
can-
Brightside.
dig through the rock.
Well, the elevator, as long as we can call it, can come to anywhere.
Yeah, is this like getting?
No,
Is this like
it
normal?
did have to go to fixed points, but
Yeah, but it didn't go to the exact place you wanted it to.
It was fixed points, but there was also direct points to if it was a business.
yeah.
Maybe this was an old direct point somewhere.
Does one of you have like Move Earth or something like that?
Unfortunately, I don't think so.
Then, if not, let's continue down. Can we go further this way?
Yeah, but I'd say, is that a wall? We can't really tell.
Yeah, that's a wall. That's where it ends. This was used to be a grand sort of entrance hall at one point or another, perhaps, but has since been sort of the walls have been hacked away and clearly used to block up tunnels and all sorts, presumably by slaves who the head mind flayer the head scientist did mention that there were, or no, the Scalator mentioned to the head mind flayer that there were slaves, but you haven't seen those yet. So maybe they're somewhere else entirely.
Should we check the door we just passed? Because there might be a way around.
Maybe.
I mean, I could have a look.
Yeah.
Then lead on that man.
Yeah.
Could be a stairway or
So-
something.
You're heading back towards the door?
Mhm.
Perfect. Over in that way is the roaring sound of the river, by the way.
Yeah.
You head back up the corridor, still maintaining the same stealth rolls.
I'm contemplating something.
Anything you want to do before the door busts open? Dion and Leon goes in, all guns blazing. Oh yeah, Dion, I was right the first time.
Yeah,
See.
it was the
Yeah, no.
brother.
From another mother.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I can summon that can dig through rock with my.
Really not solid rock unless you can summon an Umber Hulk.
By casting.
We've got that power.
Or can you
Use-
summon like a Jin or anything like that?
I can conjure.
A Jin is an elemental.
Or a Zorn.
I said
Might work.
Dow is the one we
Well,
want.
Conjure
Yeah.
elemental.
Dow.
I
Dow
can
is an elemental, yeah.
conjure a rock elemental or something that can maybe go through.
I think it can pass through. I don't think it can make a tunnel.
There
It
are
can,
some
it can
that
certainly
can.
work on it. Yeah, it can certainly work while you guys are off exploring and doing whatever to destroy this thing. This is more your exit, I imagine. Your exit strategy.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
But you have found a door, a possible door blocked away.
I spend a minute to conjure an element.
Zorn. Yeah, you could go Earth Elemental or a Zorn might help here. Zorns are the ones you know who eat crystal and eat rock, essentially, so that might work.
I summon the Zorn then.
Nom its way through.
I command it to dig its way through, eat its way through the rock.
Yeah, cool.
You can summon an invisible stalker with that spell. Damn.
At a higher level, yeah.
This is pretty nasty.
I mean, that's a proper stalker.
Yeah.
Wait, I cast it at 6, so I did cast it at the higher level.
Yeah.
You still get to pick, I think. I think you can, like, downgrade it.
Cool. You set this thing. Yeah, I have no Zorns in my thing.
Challenge rating increases by 1 for each spell slot above 5.
Yeah, you set this thing to its work, and like a sort of digging, mechanical, whirring, worm-type creature, it just begins chomping down on the rock while you guys head off and do whatever it is you want to do. We're going to
Listen
cut
at
back.
the door. We kick open the door.
Yeah, it is actually as you hold out your key pass. This one is level 4.
Yeah.
This is a higher level than the feeding area of the Neothelid. And as the door slides open, you see inside. I don't have. I should have had their minis on the map. That's annoying. I thought I did. In the middle of this room, 2 more, actually, be 1 on each corner. So 3 more mind flayers are gripping the top of a 4-foot tall, 3-sided crystal pedestal. There's a fist-sized diamond floating just 1 foot above it. Piled against the walls are scores of rusty iron anvils, presumably forged and abandoned long ago by whoever used to use this room.
I mean,
This looks to be some sort of ritual, maybe. None of them are paying you. None of them are paying you any mind. They are all focused very much on their on what they're doing. They're all gripping the edges of this pedestal and look to be focusing most, if not all, of their energy on something to do with this crystal.
Cool.
Are they quiet or are they chanting something?
They're all quiet. It's all psionics. It's all in their mind. So actually, those of you with a mind worm would all hear a vague sort of it's almost like a spell being cast, a continuous spell. And Pizzazz, with your passive arcana, you recognize it as a continuously being cast spell of Wall of Force.
Okay.
Or multiple walls of force.
Yeah, I'm still gonna do it.
No.
Okay.
Let the worm out. Don't let the worm out. It's a bad
Don't
idea.
let it.
Ow.
Okay. I'll say you can manage to sort of grab his hand before he does it. Entirely up to you, because you are all psychically linked.
I know nothing. I was casting. I spent a minute.
I'd be on that. Now you're gonna let the worm out.
I spent a minute casting that spell, so I'm probably just sauntering up.
Nah, you know what, Pizzazz, I don't want to yuck your yum. Burn them. Go on. Burn them.
Yeah, essentially, you take them by surprise, and they're just the regular sort of. They would have been replaced. Like had you left it long enough, they would have eventually swapped shifts with some of the folks who were guarding you. But you completely disintegrate them with fire, and you hear like a sort of like a sci-fi noise of the walls of force being dropped. The diamond clatters to the ground. It seems it was more the focus gem, if you like, of this entire thing. So you're easily able to scoop that up. That's a 500 gold piece gem, diamond.
That might come.
And you hear. Yeah, you hear now the roars of. Yeah, you hear now the roars of the Neothelid. It knows that you guys are here, but equally you hear off in the distance shouting. At the far side of that tunnel, echoing because now the wall of force is gone. It echoes down this corridor, and you hear the shouting in a strange language. One which only Glack would understand, though I doubt you would have heard it before. And you're hearing sounds like, "The beast! The beast is loose!"
What
it appears
language
injured.
is it?
What languages do you have?
I have Abyssal, Common, and Gnomish apart from Deep Speech.
None of those.
Okay.
What
Languages, because I've got none. I didn't pick my languages, but I've got a bunch. So I might.
Actually, Leon, you do have this one.
Okay.
So you and Glack, because it actually makes sense with your paladin oath, to be honest, that you would have protected people like this.
Okay.
So both Glack and Leon understand what's happening here. You hear, the beast is loose. Quick, destroy it before it can breach our defenses, before it can alert the Illithids to our presence. We must have the element of surprise. Commander, it appears injured. Destroy it with all haste. Do it now. These creatures, whatever they are, none of those either, Lanmore.
Just checking.
Yeah. It appears to be coming from. Yeah, it appears to be coming from beyond the room with the wall of force that you guys just dropped. What are you doing? What's happening?
Well, they're killing the worm is probably a good thing. Shall we go help them?
Yeah, you do hear screams of the worm and like Wilhelm screams of people being eaten by it.
Yep. Let's go back to the tunnel then.
Yeah, perfect. You all
Try not
rush
to get
back.
swallowed.
You all rush
It's probably
back
just
into
easier
that.
to move the map at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just remove. I'll reveal all areas, and just remove that.
I've got something taking us away out as we're running that way.
Possibly.
Well, that's his plan B now.
Actually, have you still got a powerful spell there, Pizzazz?
I've got a couple.
I'm gonna use my dimension door cape to bamf Pizzazz there quickly. 500 feet.
Okay, yeah, no. So you come up directly behind where the giant worm is currently fighting against about half a dozen now. There used to be more, judging by the streaks of blood on the ground and by the worm chomping its jaws together. half a dozen of these yellowish-skinned, black-tattooed creatures, humanoids, many of them wearing armor, fashioned in a similar style to the kind you might get on Sigil, but each embellished in some way. Like some of them have crystal studs in them. Many of them have streaks of this arcane sort of lightning that goes around their forms, and they're all just essentially attacking this giant creature, which is steadily making its way through them. What do you want to do?
I'm basically
Like the
grabbing
creature.
Pizzazz and telling him, ready, powerful spell. I'm taking us back there. And I'm gonna use my Cape of the Montebank to bamf us back to within
Perfect.
the chamber, 500
And
feet.
as soon as we land, I will fireball it.
All right, just use the thing you did before.
Yep.
It takes 44.
Fair enough.
But yeah, and it took a bunch of damage from them before. I'll just have everyone quickly tell me what they wish to do real quick.
Most of us are still quite a ways back, aren't we? 'Cause it was just
Yeah.
Lanoir and Pizzazz
yeah.
on run, basically.
Yeah, you all run
Run.
and arrive on the scene as Pizzazz and Lanmore, you assist these humanoid creatures in finishing off this thing. I'll just roll a couple of attacks for it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could probably attack it.
You're running with us.
Yeah, it spits acid once more, and let me see, it rolls at 77 points of damage. Jesus Christ! So 3 of these people melt entirely, and the other 3 combine with you. The one that's clearly the leader, who ducked behind full cover, who looks quite grievously wounded, sees you approaching and firing this fireball. She holds up her spear. Attack! Attack with them, men! Destroy the creature! And seemingly emboldened by her words, they lunge forward, stabbing into the creature as it writhes in pain. Pizzazz and Lanmore, you have one final sort of action as your party approach behind you.
So that I'm just going to fireball it again.
Yep.
For another...
Big roll.
Yeah. 57. Yeah. Added to the damage that they did. Minus 57. That is... Oh, hold on. 57. Yeah, that's actually enough to take it out.
Nice.
Boom.
So you just watch as this final fireball blast impacts the side of this poor creature. This creature that only seemed, now you realize, to be just a creature of hunger, of it just seemed to be an unintelligent, pretty much beast that had just been locked down here. A monstrous creation of a side effect of the Ceramorphosis process. Just as much an experiment and a slave as you were. You put it out of its misery. Although all the countless people that it must have had fed to it would likely thank you in the end.
Yeah.
And as you approach and do that sort of final thing of approaching these creatures, the woman raises her hand to her men, because they've just raised their spears again, because 3 of their people just melted and another couple were just eaten. She looks to you, and in common, a slightly broken common, she says, "Do you understand me?"
Yes.
Excellent. I am the commander of the Gith Legion on this level. I assume you know what Gith are, yes?
Yes.
Thank God, yeah.
Good. Are you with the Mind Flayers? Yes or no?
Hell no.
Hell no. We would like to much kill all of them if anything remotely what they said to me is true.
Her 2 underlings lower their spears, and sort of one nudges the other as if to say, yeah, these guys can handle themselves in a fight. And she herself smiles at your words, Lan, and says, "Well then, you look like you've had 6 shades of shit beaten out of you. You look like you could use a rest."
Yeah, some of our party have already met this worm.
Yeah.
I can tell by the smell of vomit.
Yeah, we have a bucket of water.
Well, the walls of force were keeping it contained. I don't know how they were knocked out, but luckily we had the patrol out here.
That's a complete mystery in that one.
Yes, probably the Elithids found out about us, but that just means we must move soon. Follow us back to our outpost.
Okay.
We have much to discuss.
Sounds like a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Excellent. And she holds out her hand to. It would probably be Pizzazz, actually, as the most combat folk, as the one who destroyed the worm. She would hold out her hand in that sort of Spartan, full-armed,
strength and honor,
arm shake type situation. Do you take it?
Pizzazz would be confused why she's offering her hand to him.
Well, you are the
but
strongest
he'll
in the
take it.
leader, are you not?
No.
Yes,
Well.
with the deception check.
You are clearly good in a fight, and we could use you.
I'm the most magically inclined, but these lot can all hit a bit harder than I can.
We need more mages. Our last mage, she gestures at the creature. Hopefully you will fare better than him. Welcome
I've only
to the...
been eaten by it once, so...
Yes, it tried to swallow me earlier, along
It
with
succeeded.
my
It will
friend.
swallow no more creatures. We've seen to that. Follow me.
Mhm.
Let us discuss our battle plans. We must destroy these creatures. And as you all head on your way following this Gith commander and her two remaining troops back to their outpost,
Mhm.
that is where we're gonna... on you go.
Lana's also thinking, could I make anything interesting potions out of this damn thing?
Probably. Yeah, but as you follow her, and she sort of reevaluate who else might be on this level, what other places you might infiltrate and seek out for the final fight.
Mhm.
That's where we're going to pick up next week.
Cool.
That was something. Yeah, that was a fun wee completely optional.
Chance of a long rest.
Yeah.
Possibly, we will see what these gift people have in store for you. After all, you're still outsiders. That's where we're going to pick up next time. Thank you all for watching, for listening, and until next time, if you find yourself in the stomach of a giant worm beast, just make sure you disintegrate it from the inside out as well.
Yeah, always remember your disintegration spells, people.
Yeah, and you can take that knowledge to the bank. Have a good evening.
Never leave home without them.
Yes.
And
It's a
Good night.
PSA.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.
Night.
yeah, and on my end.